have to remember to unmute myself. Hello, welcome everyone to the Board Game Design Variety Hour. I'm your host, Matthew Dunstan. Hi to everyone who's already here. Hi, Robin, Sakes, Brad, and Dakota. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks very much for joining in. Sorry, I was slightly late today. Hey, Rory, how are you going? No worries. Thanks for dropping by. Hope your work stuff will be all right. Yeah, how's everyone going on this fine Friday evening, Friday morning, wherever you are in the world? I am doing quite well. It's been a bit of a good day, a relaxing day. I can't say it's been a very productive day, but it's nice to mark the end of the week nonetheless. Hi Rob, how are you going? Hi Al, Aqua, how are you going? Welcome everybody. Yeah, it's funny because actually I was just thinking that without the stream for me now has become this way of signaling the end of the week, because my weekdays and weekends sort of blend into each other more and more. So it's nice to have these little things of normalcy, of that feeling of getting the end of a working week. So it's fun to hang out with good folks, and which are all of you excellent viewers. So thank you very much for dropping by. So yes, today will be, so the rough plan is to do a little bit more work on the game that we started last week, which I tentatively called Habitats. Someone very kindly pointed out on Twitter that that is in fact already a name of a game. So maybe we'll also brainstorm a new kind of placeholder name for the game. I'm not too worried, to be honest, but maybe it'll be good to have something different, different to talk about, I guess. Hey Bass, how you going? Hey Dutch Yoda, how you going? Nice, thanks for dropping by. I don't think I've seen you by the stream before, so thanks very much for joining. Yeah, and what's everyone been up to? Dakota's slept last night for the first time, so also positive. Excellent. I'm glad that worked out. Rob had his third collab session for the week, each with someone different. I'm becoming a bit of a task. Well, I don't want to think about what that would make me, because I design with a lot of other designers, but it's always very enjoyable. Bass, don't worry about lurking. Tarts are lovely. I do like a good lemon tart or a good custard tart. I do miss. Yeah, custard tarts not really a thing here in the Czech Republic, but I used to really enjoy them when I was back in Australia, and I guess in England. Not that I can't really remember buying one. But anyway, with that small tangent out of the way, so we'll be working a little bit more on the game from last week. A little bit of chat about, I guess, iteration generally about design. Maybe we can chat about that as things are going along. And then at some point the Twitch stream will switch to something a bit more game playing focused, and I'm going to try and stream a bit of Luck Be a Landlord, which I am well and thoroughly ensconced in, or addicted to, whichever one you want to say. And they have a new patch that is launching in a little under 2 hours, so I was going to stream a little bit as it goes live, and experience it with you all. There is some interesting game design things sort of around it, but I think it's just fun. It's just fun. So yeah, but that'll be later on in the stream, and so we'll do some good game design sort of stuff first. Good morning, bro. How you going? Nice to see you. Hey Hal, how you going? Rob says, on the subject of tarts, do you see that Nigella Lawson shared a recipe for bitter orange tart on US inauguration day? No, I haven't. I've been following many of the Bernie's Mittens memes. That's probably been my main thing. Also, I'm not sure if people have seen the website where you can place the image anywhere in the world. Essentially, someone's hooked up an interesting little gadget there, which I thought was fun. Robin has downloaded Luck Be a Landlord as well, not beaten the beta yet, but still having fun. Excellent. Well, if you hang around to the end of the stream, I'll show you. I'll share my best tips to getting your first win. But it's probably also fun to be able to experience it by yourself for the first time. But it's an interesting game, and I think it's interesting. Yeah, like again, much like a lot of the roguelikes, but also deck building. How do you sort of manage randomness in a way? And I think that's quite interesting. That you It is actually winnable. Did I not win on stream? I can't remember if I guess I haven't actually played much on stream, but it is winnable. You essentially get to a point where you, in the beta anyway, there's only so many rent payments you can make, and once I think you get to the 12th rent payment, then you have won. I think the developers are looking at like an endless mode at some point where you'd be able to just keep playing. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe when I streamed, I didn't win. That's quite possible. Yeah, Robin's saying, I love it when you discover a new rare. So there's, for those who don't know, luckily Landlord is a roguelike slot machine game, and it's sort of a deck building game because the slot machine is basically a deck, or more accurately, a bag, which every spin, you'll get 20 random symbols from those in your bag, and you add a new symbol every time, and basically all these different symbols, and there are also items which you get sort of constant effects. They have different rarities, and because it's still sort of early enough, and you don't see the very rare items very often at all. They are actually very, very rare. You might only see them once every 20 runs or something. It means that, yeah, there's still these really great moments of discovery. In fact, I have gone a bit far down the rabbit hole. They've got a really great Discord, and I've been like, chatting there, and even somebody mentioned one that I'd never heard of and I've played quite a bit, and I still haven't seen all the symbols. So yeah, Alex says hyperinflation collapses, you end up owning the entire village. Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen there. I'm not sure. It'd be great if I could do it on stream. I've seen some truly some scores that you would not believe. I've seen scores a score is like how much money you have left, once you've cleared the last rental payment. And I've seen scores in the tens to hundreds thousands. There's a particular item which is a very rare item, which tends to lead to these kind of geometric inflation sort of levels of things. Basically, there's an item which there's a lot of combos in the game, and we'll get onto this later, but there's lots of combos in the game based on adjacency. Adjacency in this game just is any symbol either orthogonally or diagonally adjacent, and it's like a 4x5 grid. But there's an item which basically makes every symbol adjacent to every other symbol on a spin. And what it means is that you just get these crazy, telescope. Yeah. It's just every time you see a completely crazy run, it's usually because of telescope, which I want to play with before it possibly gets nerfed. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So in game design news, do I have news? No, I don't have news. Well, I can say, whoops. We can get back to our normal segments, I guess. Not that I'm so good at keeping to sort of any sort of regularity. But yeah, what is it like being a week in the game? A week in the life. I'm having a lot of verbal twists today. I hope it's not annoying too many people. Yeah, what it's been like as a game designer this week. So it was kind of nice. It's kind of coming back to people are coming back to the office. So with various publishers, and it's sort of the time where you can reach back to publishers and you don't feel too bad about bothering them during Christmas or something, which you shouldn't do, by the way. Give everyone a break, much as you would like it yourself. But now it's firmly into January, so we can get back to work, and had actually quite a few good Skype / tabletop simulator meetings, playing some current prototypes of games that will be released either later this year or early next year with a couple of different publishers, which was really fun. It's nice to play these games that, both of the games have been designed, at least 2 or 3 years ago initially, and in some cases I haven't played that particular prototype for a year or 2 years, so it's kind of nice to play it again and realize that you still enjoy it, which is good. But also just to hear, just chat a little bit about where that project's going to go, and if it's going to be scheduled. So one of the games is scheduled for Essen this year. I kind of really hope that Essen will happen. I mean, obviously, I hope that the world is in such a place that it's safe and can happen. But it would be a very good Essen for me. It looks like that there could be a couple of really good releases of mine out at Essen, which haven't been announced yet. So fingers crossed that works out, and the other game will be early next quarter, I think. Robin asks, how do you divide your design time, free time, and regular job time? I don't do it very well, and especially right now, I don't do it very well. I have to admit that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people who are viewing can empathize with, you know, like all those kind of barriers that you normally had in your normal, you know, between job and personal life and hobby. Like everything gets a bit blurred. That already happened to an extent because, you know, you live out of your email a little bit, and you never know when your next email is going to be something about your research job or about game design or something personal or whatever. So, and I would tend to do it in such a bad, like, I just would flip from one thing to another. Yeah, the answer to the question is I don't really divide it. I am sort of officially going to like officially part-time in my other job. So I'll be officially part-time as a game designer. But it kind of waxes and wanes. In both of the jobs, they're sort of flexible. You know, the kind of amount of work you have to do, you know, sort of changes week to week. This week's actually been a pretty heavy game design week. I'm still really heavily in trying to do this. I have to do this next chapter of the adventure games. I have to do the next draft, and it's proving quite a logistical, not nightmare, but quite tricky. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I see. I should take a break tomorrow and watch Twitch. So is that you're hosting a stream? I see. Oh, interesting. I will check that out. 4 Weird Sisters. So it's 4__weird sisters. I will give you a follow. And that's your channel, or is it? I have no idea what it is. 3 women will be doing crafting based on my city, and I will be hosting, running chat, and giving them crafting challenges. Oh wow! Oh, that's very cool. Okay, well, yeah, I shall definitely check it out, and I will find a way to click on that link and give you a follow while I remember. If it'll load sometime soon. Oh, very cool. Okay. Oh, there you go. I only stream once a month. Oh, okay. So it's probably reasonable why I haven't seen it before. But okay, we'll give everyone give Zate and sisters a follow if you get a chance. Yeah. So obviously been working on the adventure game sort of stuff, and also had a bit of good news that I did some pitching to Osprey Games late last week, actually. I think it was either Thursday or Friday. And kudos to them, actually. They've already play tested. I showed them about 6 games, I think, and they were interested in kind of all of them. I sent most of the time I just let them save the tabletop simulator mod so they could kind of play test it directly. In a weird way, you know, it is one of the you know, kind of upsides of the kind of whole virtual transformation of things, that like when you pitch a game, you don't even have to mail a prototype. You can just say, oh, I'll just promote you, and you can save the mod, and then you can play it whenever you want. Is definitely the smoothest, you know, way in terms of ever being able to do anything. And maybe because of that, actually, we just heard yesterday that they'd like to publish one of the games, and they'd already playtested them. So that looks promising. We haven't actually signed a contract. We'll get into sort of contract negotiations next week, I presume, or sometime in the future. But yeah, that's really nice. And yeah, I agree, Alex. They really do really make some awesome stuff, and I've only heard really great things about them, to be honest. I know Trevor Benjamin and David Thompson of Undaunted, so that's with Osprey, and they already say really great things. And of course, Hal would also know how good Osprey is. So yeah, it's gone really well. So yeah, that's a nice thing. And it is actually, it's kind of quite an old game. I was chatting, it's co-design with Brett, and we were chatting about it today, and we were trying to remember even how it played. I had to look up the rules quite a bit before I pitched it, because yeah, we designed it at least 2 or 3 years ago, and haven't really looked at it. Yeah, Robin, I can share a contact a little bit. I won't share it. I mean, I don't know. Do they have anything on their website? I will share something if it's on their website, but I don't really want to. You know, I don't think it's probably fair to necessarily share it completely. I'm just looking at the website to see if there's a way that you can contact them, but anyway, I'll check that out a little bit later. Yeah, if you know Phillips, it's Phillips and Alex. How are you go? Yeah. No, thanks very much, everyone. Yes, so 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow, right? So for the Four Sisters stream. So yeah, check it out if you can. So yeah, that was a nice thing. Oh, hey Ross, how you going? Welcome. Everyone who's not following Ross, go and check out More Games, please. He's a fantastic streamer. And I haven't quite got Ross's cardigan game, nor actually game themed T-shirt game either. But Ross is, so check out his stream. Yeah, so that was yeah. So it's actually been a really, I must say, most weeks are not like this realistically. That you have a positive kind of like reaction to a game, and you get to actually work directly on some games, because when they're with publishers, they're sort of sitting there and they're working on them very hard, but often not with you directly, and that goes on for months. So I can't wait to share actually some details. One of them in particular, one that might be Essen, I think is going to look amazing, and it's a really fun game. So that is yeah, I'm really looking forward to that and seeing how that might go. What else? I don't think there was much else in terms of actual. I mean, obviously streaming, which is always fun. But yeah, like it's mostly we had a nice. We're keeping the Cambridge playtesting sessions going as well. No worries, Nicola. Have a good luck with the errands, and yeah, maybe catch you later. So we've kept the playtest Cambridge group going kind of virtually. It's been a bit low attendance, but that's kind of normal, I think, around this time of year anyway. And but it's nice that we can keep going with that and keep testing those games, and things are going. I've got a few new games kind of on the go, which maybe I'll show on stream sometime. If any viewers are interested in playtesting, I don't know what the interest is for like sort of playtesting on stream or showing off games. Do let me know with a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the chat. If that's something would be interesting. I've got games in Tabletop Simulator, or maybe one day I can sort of go over them and sort of go through what the kind of thinking process was for them. Yeah, so we'll see, I guess. Yeah, I think that's the kind of the news and the week. Yeah, so it's been quite nice. Amongst obviously being still indoors all the time and things like that. Are there no thumbs up? Kind of like what are they called? Not emojis. I've completely blanked on whatever this is called, because Twitch has a oh gosh, it doesn't matter. Emotes. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Well, I should make some emotes, shouldn't I? I'll put that on the very at some point. Yeah, I think the design. Once the adventure games have stopped, really kicking my behind in terms of time, I will have a bit of time to. Our Twitch doesn't have the standard events. Oh, there you go. Interesting. How strange. Thanks for that. Good to know. Yeah, I will have to make some. I would. Yeah, Ross has got some excellent game. If Ross, if you want to throw in a Bobby Squash into the chat. It is one of my most favorite emotes, I think, across all my the people I follow on Twitch. Yeah. Anyway, so today let's continue with some designing. So I haven't looked at this game at all since last stream. Thanks for the Bobby Squashes. Yeah. And those are the pro colors. Like you have to be like a VIP to see those particular colors of Bobby Squash, don't you? Okay, application. Let's see. Or is it going to be that? Is that going to show? No, that doesn't look very good. Okay, that's not a good one. Okay, maybe I will just. Let's try that. Okay, is that? Yeah. All right. Bobby Squash Peanut Edition. Yeah, Bobby does look much like a peanut when seen from far away. So yeah, it does come out like. Let me get this banner out of the way. So yes, so for those who weren't here last week, working on a roll and write style game. I should check that I actually have my dice. I did a bit of a cleanup this week and got rid of all my prototype, like sort of filed away all my prototype components. but I left 2 dice out so that they would be ready and at hand for any sort of playtesting. So a quick rundown for those who maybe weren't here at the last stream. So it's basically a combination of habitats and animals, with the idea that you start with sort of a blank canvas in terms of so actually the very first thing I'm going to do is actually just save a different version. Oh, that's where it was. the other thing that I actually didn't know, and this is proof of why I really, like, all the designing of this game is on stream. I haven't done anything off stream because I couldn't even find the file. But just before I was about to start streaming, my Illustrator does some weird things where it saves files in random places, and I honestly couldn't find it. I had to look back at the last video of the last stream to look at what name I'd given the file in order to search for it on my Mac. That was the level of which I have not, done any work on this. So yeah, so there's proof, or you have to, I guess you have to believe it, but anyway. So yes, you have this sort of blank world, and over the course of the game, you're going to be making different continents, which are the white spaces. Those continents will have shapes on them, and the shapes in this case are a particular habitat. And in the habitat, you might have animals, which are the letters. And the idea is that there's some basic scoring, and the game finishes once you've kind of filled your world. And every round, you're putting in some new water, which is essentially the timer of the game. So you'll always push towards having the whole thing filled. Yeah, Rory is saying, I'm so lazy that I've started using Google Dice for playtesting. I'm convinced they're rigged, though. Is that a thing, Google Dice? Is it just something that you do, like, in Google? Oh, I see. Hold on. How do I share this? Oh, yeah. No, I can see it. I'll just share it with people, I guess. It's gonna be easier if I do it this way. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone. Yeah, I've never. So yeah, you can just roll, but you're convinced that they're rigged. Let's say, and then you can just add, or you can add a modifier even. You can get rid of things. You have D20. Oh, very nice. Very well. Yeah, I've never come across this. I guess I could probably. Maybe actually that's not a bad. Maybe what we can do. It's not going to resize properly, probably, is it? I mean, it'd be great if I could have a way to sort of have it. No, it's not going to do it properly, it seems. Okay. I was just thinking it would have been nice to have it in the corner of the stream. I'm sure once I actually get to, having a real Streamlabs kind of experience, I'll be able to do it. Digital dice always seem less trustworthy. Yes, you should be right to be skeptical. Anyway, I'm going to stick to normal physical D6. So yeah, so that's where we were with the game, and some basic things was you roll 2 dice, and then you could choose for each die to use it either to draw essentially a new habitat, and when you put a habitat, you make it into land. It means that space will never become water, essentially. Or you could put an animal into a space that already has a habitat, and the numbers match up here, and 6s were wild, essentially. And there were some conditions in scoring. Basically, for each habitat, you wanted a large group of that habitat, and for each animal, you'd score a point as long as the animal has something to eat. And animals would always eat the lower number directly lower. So like Bs eat As, Cs eat Bs, Ds eat Cs, and so on. And As always just survive. As are always worth a point. So that's kind of where we were with the game. And I think if I had to sort of think of the 2 things that I'd really kind of like to work on or think about this stream, and as always, this is basically a collaborative effort with chat, basically, to and there were some really great suggestions that got us even to this point. So feel free to always just throw whatever you want in chat about the game, only about the game. No tangents allowed. Yeah, the 2 things I kind of want to think about a little bit is the base scoring. So I still like this idea of having like 3 special scoring conditions, but still the base scoring I think is not great, or it's just missing something. And the second thing is to think of a way in which the dice, as they're rolled, will essentially give you will actually tell you where to fill in next on the thing. I've actually just had a little bit of a a brainwave right now, which is a bit surprising. So what I was sort of struggling with is what I wanted. So let's do the water system first, in terms of how I'm thinking. And I guess this is how I would normally approach. I have a couple of problems. Let's solve them one at a time. This idea basically was that as I roll my dice, I have two results, and I was basically using that each of the results would fill in a particular water. Logical approach, you've lost me, and that's why I'm the game designer, Ross. No. Oh, thanks, Rory. Yeah, no. Well, I hope you'll find it interesting as we chat, or in the few minutes until you're heading off to work. It still stresses my symmetry issues, but it's at least symmetrical. Is it? There are 4 hexes on the east and west side. 5 and oh yes, okay. So it is. Yeah, no. I guess I get what your point. That I mean, it is symmetrical, but it's only 2-fold symmetry. It's not 6-fold symmetry. I actually kind of like that, and with the little brainwave I had. So yes, the problem I had. What I'd done is I'd put these kind of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'd say, well, if I had a 2, I've got to fill the next water in this column going down, and then I'd go from there. But actually, what I've just thought, which would work well, and actually might work with this interesting symmetry, is instead to use the combined result and use a bell curve. So obviously 2 dice have a bell they have a distribution of results. So I don't know if actually this is going to show a 7. I'm pretty sure it's not. So what I might do actually is, instead of, I might use the sum of the 2 dice to determine which is the column you put your value in. And of course, in sort of classic can't stop fashion, there's more things to fill up in the 7 row, and 7 is the most common result. So I think that works quite well. So what I'll do then is I'll start with 7 as most common, and then I'll just decrease as we go down. Which I kind of like the idea of, I think. And everyone can watch me type very, very slowly. And then this will be sort of just less than 3, essentially. Or, well, it should be 3 or less, but anyway, that's fine. Looks like a heart. Yes. Okay, so everyone can watch me very slowly copy and paste numbers at the front of columns. So let's do that. Okay. So that's actually nice how it's worked out, because there's basically, 2 results at each of the ends. So nice and symmetrical, as Robin would like. Yes, lots of love hearts in the chat for everybody. Yeah, can't stop, exactly. It's the can't stop board. They're rolling right. So I like that, actually. And so when I roll my dice, the sum, I'll fill in the first hex in that particular column. I have to admit, the only thing that I don't like about this thus far is that you're always going to be starting at the top. I immediately would love actually a way for actually either the waters start in the middle, but I think that's a bit more difficult. But to actually have some way to have the water, well, you can't get a 1 on 2 die though, Robin. I need someone needs to throw up that meme of the guy, So anyway, but let's just see how it'll feel coming out. I'd like some way for it to sort of like flip between coming from the bottom and coming from the top. But yeah, I don't know how to think about that yet. So the next thing I'm going to do, actually, which I should have done before, is I actually should be doing everything in layers, because now I have to very carefully go deleting everything. But that's me being a bit... I'll give you a break, Robin, don't worry. So everyone can watch me just very quickly delete things. High-tech solutions here, folks. Great, okay, so we've got all that, and now we'll get rid of any fill. Hopefully that will, whoops, it's not gonna work. It's a realistic view into what it's like, but I'm not sure, again, how particularly interesting it is. So we're ready to play again. Okay, so I think that solves the problem with, so the thing now is that you're going to add 1 water every turn. So it might not be quick enough, but I can, I can sort of play it and see how it feels. So I think, yeah, so what we'll do also is just randomly start with some different continents here and here. So you would sort of randomly have some land masses, and I think you would basically, I don't think there has to be necessarily the rules of Rory's trying very hard not to wade in with Adobe Illustrator. Yes, I imagine this is akin to some sort of torture for you, Rory. Seeing me kind of like yeah, the graphic designer's curse. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm completely self-taught and have zero graphic. I actually honestly should be better probably, but yeah. Robin says you need a standard number of starting continents. I'm not sure, to be honest. I think they're probably, well, actually, what we might do is maybe it's sort of fun to start with just like one of each of all the land masses, just randomly put in something like that. Let's try that. Thanks, Rory. So we started with that, so that's good. So we've got land on these 5 spaces. Let's keep. So then I was sort of thinking about the scoring. One thing I'm not sure about is, yeah, I guess you want lots of. I think you want the idea that landscapes need to match. So I don't mind that so much, I guess. So maybe that's not a big problem. Like the trickiness of it in a way. Yeah, I don't know. Because the other option basically to make things a little bit more fixed would be when you have 2 dice, you always have to put a habitat and an animal, and they have to go in the same space, and then that would actually have a lot of that would confine you a lot in a way. But I don't know if I like that as much in a way. I'm not really sure. And then you could start with essentially a completely blank canvas. But then, of course, the problem is then, like, if you start with this completely blank canvas and you ask players to make a choice from the start, I think that's quite tough, maybe. So I'm not sure. But what you could do is you could have a starting, you could essentially have a starting habitat which you can't fill in. So these are like kind of like the maybe there are no animals on these spaces. They're kind of like the monoliths or something. So they give you some guide about where you might want to put animals and things like that. But you'd sort of be going from there. So let's try that. And let's try the more constrained thing where you roll the dice and you're choosing an animal and a landscape which you'll put in one space. So basically every turn we're going to do 2 spaces. We'll do one with water and one with whatever we roll. And then very quickly adding up, how long will this take us? We've got 9, 15, 22, 44, plus another 8. So that's, we'll have 52 spaces, which is 26 turns. This is maybe too many, but it's not too bad in a way. I'm not too worried about that. And what I might do actually is I might actually get rid of this wild. That was the other thing I didn't like as much, to be honest. So what I'm going to try and do then is actually make a different, yeah. I guess I wasn't a big fan of having like the wilds were a little bit too woolly, I think, for me. So Yeah. Let's see how this goes. And also it means then once we have 6 symbols, it's once we have 6 symbols, then it's all even and it'll work. Roman says, during setup, each player rolls 2 dice and selects 1 space on each of those columns, place a starting continent. Yeah, I think that definitely would be how you would do it. You would essentially go through, like, I'm going to put the first habitat. The other dice is the shape of the continent they have to place. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think you would just basically go through. You would go. We're going to place our circle. Roll the 2 dice, and then you've got to put it somewhere on that column. Great. Okay. So okay, I think that's all pretty fine. And let's stick with this same scoring that we had from last time. It's a bit small. So this is, you're going to put, we want E's near the edge. So we get 1 point for an animal near every E near the edge. We get 2 points per group of, like, different group of this habitat. And we want points equal to the size of the smallest continent times 2. So basically we want continents to be the same size as where possible. Cool. Okay. Yeah, Robert, I'm trying to follow your thing. So the other dice is shape the continent they have to place. So 3, 4, I can place triangle in column 4 or square in column 3. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I think probably having 1 of each thing to start with might be good, just to give a bit of direction. But let's see about that. All right. So I think I'm ready to give this a go, basically. Let's, okay, this is my tip to myself, but I'll put dice here. Okay, so let's roll. Let's start. So it's a 4 and a 4. So firstly, we're going to fill in the first thing in the 8. So that's already a bit watery there. And then I'm going to have a D in the 4. So I know I want E's adjacent to the edge. So what I'm going to do is actually, if I put immediately, if I then, this is, and I want all the habitats to be kind of next to each other. So actually something like this, and I put a D here, it means then all those E's are going to have something to eat. So they'll be able to score, basically. So I think that's a good start. Good start for the, made my square habitat a bit bigger. I've got a 1 and a 3. So that's a 4 in some, so that's going to fill in this one here. So I can either have a in a triangle, or I can have a C in a circle. Now I do want lots of circles because I get 2 points for every group of that habitat. And actually getting a C will give me something for this D to eat. So what I might do is I might put a C over here, and that will be something for that D to eat. So so again, like, animals always have to eat the letter below them, essentially. Otherwise they don't score, and they're essentially crossed out. And they can't score for their scoring bonus, essentially. And I want to make lots of different circles. So I started to make a bigger continent here. So what I might do actually here is I might make this conditional in that you have to have 3 continents. Now that we don't necessarily have always 3 continents, I'm in 3 continents. So we actually want, I mean, this is interesting because now, you know, you want actually to let water come in and sort of cut the continents off, which might be kind of interesting. Yeah, oops, I should have found that. By the way, if anyone's got questions, do just shoot as we're playing. If you're just joining the stream at any time, do let me know if you want me to explain. So another 1 and 3. Okay, so we've got some more water here. Okay, can I select this? Yes, I can. Okay, so we have to fill in some water here. I mean, I guess you could always alternate, but you wouldn't know which way to alternate, would you really? But yeah, so it's a 1 and 3 again. We could make the triangles a little bit. I'm trying to think. This looks like already. Yeah, we could have a chain. If I can get if I can put a triangle here with an A, then maybe we're going to be able to put a B here. And that means we'll have a complete chain of squares. Can you add the water further down? So the water is always going to fill the next available empty space in that column from the top, or at least that's the rules at the moment. Yeah, but that might change. Like, for example, I'm kind of thinking about this continent. I would love it to be, I've got to think about where my continents are going to be. And at the moment, I'm kind of thinking like, this will be a continent, this will probably be a continent. But I need these to probably join up, actually, probably. So let's see how that goes. It's 1 and 3 again. So for those who think digital dice are rigged, these dice are most definitely rigged as well. So that's going to be filled in here. So with that, I think I really need to, I mean, I really want to put something in here to sort of break that up. Or we could just, and I don't really want to, interesting. Okay, well, actually, it's interesting because we don't mind about, so I'm going to put this here to sort of arrest, stop the water coming through, essentially. And having lots of different circle habitats is okay, because, as always, we're playing with this ability that you get 2 points per group, like per different group of the circle habitat. So you don't necessarily need to have them all together. All right. So we're 4 turns in. A 2 and a 4. Okay, something different. So that's 6. So that's going to fill in here. Okay, now 2 and a 4. So we have that B. Could the habitat for a 6 be replacing a water tile with an empty landmass again? Maybe. I kind of don't want the game to, like, that will make the game go longer, I think, realistically, because like the timer is that you're basically always filling in two spaces, and if you're kind of filling in a landmass that's already been gone, and I kind of like how the water will, I hope, will sort of cut up the land as we go. Yeah, and possibly it's hard with real paper. It'll be hard to reverse it potentially. I think once you write something, because you want to put like wavy lines or something for C, or shade it in or whatever. So yeah, I think it's probably going to be better with yeah, like, and I think not reversing. I think that it's sort of managing that randomness. I think that might actually make the placement, hopefully, soggy paper. Yes, hopefully that will make the placement kind of interesting. Like I put this here to make this habitat here was here to make sure that I'll be able to kind of link this continent up across this. Otherwise, this water might have just cut it off completely. So I'm actually going to go here because I need a B, and if I put this here, then I can actually have I can make this. So like the B is good because it's basically like in this chain of being able to be eaten, but I'm making a larger and larger sort of square area, which means more points for the scoring of the squares. So I like that. I'm actually liking the changes so far. I think. Oh, thanks very much for the lurk. Say, enjoy your cooking. What are you cooking? You'll make me very hungry. Yeah, I kind of. Yes, okay. No worries. Thanks very much, Rory. Thanks for staying so far. You can now. You don't have to watch the horrible illustrator anymore. Catch you later. Robert says, sure. Does a habitat always have to be placed contacting to an existing habitat, or can it be placed randomly? It can be placed randomly. You can. There is no. You're allowed to in any non-C space. You can always put the habitat and the animal in. It's just that for the see you Alex Aqua. It's for scoring. You only score the largest connected area of habitat, so that's why you want to put them put them together essentially. Oh wow, it sounds great. So Bratkartoffeln, which sounds like potatoes, I guess, with sauté mushrooms and a sauce made from sour cream and chives. Lovely. Cooked in bacon grease. Wow, it already sounded amazing, and now even better. Oh well. Enjoy the cooking. Hope it goes well. I will continue making some habitats. Okay, we have our first 7. So if this was a game of Catan, nobody would have been getting, nobody would have got attacked yet. Okay, so we have a 3 and a 4. What shall we do with a 3 and a 4? So we could have a C or a D. Again, having a D down here would be good because that would allow me to have some more E's on the edge. We haven't really had any E's. But what I might do is I might continue down here to have a few more options with where we can put the D's essentially. Because again, we want E's on the edge. They give us extra points. So I'm hoping that we are going to get some E's, some 5s essentially. But yeah, it probably also means that this this won't be used so much as a habitat, but we'll see, I guess. All right, okay. 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3. So that's 5. So that's here. So we've got some. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird continent because actually now this is going to connect up, which is a bit of a worry. So I think I really want to put something here, realistically. But a 2 or a 3 is either a triangle or a... You know what I might do, actually, is I might put this... I'll put this here and hope that I'm going to connect up this into one continent. Is that going to work? Yes, probably. So 2 and a 3, and then it's a C here as well. Which is good because if we put a B here, then both those C's are going to be able to eat essentially. All right. A 2 and a 5. We haven't had any larger numbers as yet, although that I guess that's obvious in how it's been working. Can I select this? Yes. 2 and a 5. Oh, okay. We have our first 5, which is E, and then we want. Okay, so we want this. I'm actually. Where do we want to put it? Actually, I'm going to go out here because I feel like this is being fed, which is good. And I'll put an E there. Yeah, so we're getting more points. I have to think a little bit about the sizes of our continents. Because I guess there's still kind of one here that looks like it's going on. I don't know what's going down here. Yeah, so we shall see. A 3. 1 and a 2. Okay, so that's here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so 1 and a 2. Do we need a B? We do need a B, actually. Okay, let's make these line up. So I'll do this here, and I'll put a B in it. Then both these C's are happy, which is good. Oh, this should be like I should put some sort of cross in there or something because there's starting. It should be some shape, I guess. Yeah. There's some nice scoring here. Sorry, nice talk about dinner. Aqua, maybe connecting monoliths could be a scoring type. Yeah, I think that could be cool. Yeah, the monoliths could be. I will write that down. Let's start a little ideas. connecting monoliths. But if I can spell, who knows if I can? Who knows if I can? So we've got some ideas there. Robin asks, so both C's can feed from the one B. Yeah. They're not. I guess it's not strictly like one animal necessarily. I guess it's like it's a flock of them or something. So yeah, there's enough to sort of go around, or at least that's the idea. Yeah. Okay, we roll again. 5 and a 5. So that's a 10. It's this one here. Okay. The pre-filled areas in this case are monoliths. Yeah, that's true. Oh, at least that's kind of what I'm thinking of them as. So we definitely have to put a star with an E in it. So we have this problem basically that we need 3 continents to score this scoring. And at the moment, the best I'm going to have is to make this whole thing a continent down here. So I'm going to have to be, like, ideally, I want as much of that as possible. So that kind of all has to be this continent. So I'd prefer not to put even anything here. So what I might actually do is I might not worry about it too much. And I might start sort of going across. I'll go here, and I'll put an E in it, and hope we can get some more animals. A flock of bears, a flock of gazelles, a flock of swafts, sweeping majestically across the plains. Yes, indeed, that will be, yes. Maybe that could be the new, a flock of sloths. Maybe that could be the new sort of playtest name of this game. 3 and 5. I've got. Okay, so that's here. Okay. A 3 and a 5. Well, we've got another. We have the possibility for another E, which is good, and it will be with a triangle, which is here. So actually, I think I'm going to take that chance. Make this here. Yeah. And I'll put an E in there. That's good. Great. That was a flock of sloths. Was that really an 80s pop band? Are you joking, Rob? I am not aware of that reference. Yeah. So let's go again. Okay. 2 3s. Okay, so that's going to be a C in a triangle. Do we need any C's anywhere? A C here would be good. Actually, yeah, I'll put this C here. So this D is going to be able to eat. So that's good. Ah, a bed of sloths apparently is the collected term sloths. Oh, interesting. I did in fact never know that. So it's new for me, certainly. Pushing on, 1 and 2. Yeah, the game is a little bit long. I'd be tempted to like probably cut out, possibly even 2 rows in a way. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a bit dinner time. Enjoy your dinner, Robin. Take care. Maybe see when you come back. I'll probably be doing some. Only 1 hour until the new the new patch for Luck Be Landlord drops. Brad saying, I'm envisioning a theme of some mad drunk god putting penguins in the forest and camels in the mountains. Yeah, that could be quite fun. I think. It could look good. I think for me with these type of games, I think like I can't draw at all. So that's why I'm sort of using symbols. But it's hopefully proving that the game can work even if you can't draw, so that you could use letters and shapes and things like that. But if you can draw, that it'll be even better, I guess. But yeah, at least that's the thought. Maybe we could. Yeah, it's like flamingos eat elephants, elephants eat dingoes, dingoes eat camels, camels eat bees, and bees eat aardvarks, And aardvarks just, can always survive on anything. Rob says losing more rows would mess with the symmetry even more. Yeah, it might be too much. Yeah, I mean, the other option that is probably a little bit more reasonable would be to just kill these two sort of outliers here. Yeah, which can also work, I guess. Great. Did I do? I can't remember. Have I? Did I rolled? But did I? I don't know if I. Okay, I don't think I filled it in, so I will do that. Okay, so the interesting now, actually, well, this is connected up, so I'm fine. I've got a continent here. I'm not too worried. So actually, that's great because I'll put an A here because that's going to feed that B, which is great. So I'm pretty happy with this. Rob says most people put letters, and Rory makes stunning artworks. Yes, that is the difference. That's the difference for this. A 5 and a 6. All right, so that's going to be the 11 here. All right, so we do want. So this is our first. So like I kind of want to put. Yeah, it's tricky actually. So how are we going for? I'm a bit afraid that this one's not going to be able to eat. I was hoping to put a D here, I guess. So what I might do is actually put this here and put an E in it because that makes this thing a little bit bigger, which is good. Brad says could start with some water filled in somewhere. That's true, actually. That might help it a lot. Actually, you're very much on it. Actually, that size, if you put in, say, 6 water and 6 monoliths, that would be 12 of the 44 spaces. I think it's 44. 9, 15. I did this before. 15, 22, 44. It's 52 spaces all up. So if you pre-filled 12, then you're sort of an even 20 turns, which is probably not too bad actually. I don't know what people feel like should be the length of their roll and rights, but 20 feels about right. You could easily also get rid of these 4 on each end, and then that would be 4 less turns. It would be 16 turns. So yeah, I think. So yeah, pre-fill 6 water, and I think that would also help a lot with this problem of. Actually, maybe what you could have is you could have entered spaces with a small number. So the idea would be you would have like a small number like printed on the board just in a corner somewhere of one of the hex, and basically you would roll the dice, a certain number of times, and that would tell you where, if I roll a 6, then this is the water that's filled in here, maybe. And they could mostly be seeded in sort of the central parts of the map or something like that, maybe. I don't know. That's something to think about. I mean, I guess the monoliths should also be grid spaces for water and monoliths. But yeah, maybe there are sort of like, I don't know, 12 to 18 spaces that are somehow, marked from the start, and you're basically just choosing, that they're going to be either water or a monolith to start with, potentially. Could be interesting. Okay, where was I? I think I'm still playing. I did the 5. Yeah, I did the 5 and 6, so we're fine. Another 2 and a 3. Definitely with some pre-filled water, it will be quite a bit more interesting in terms of how the habitats and things are sort of broken up. Okay, so I need to I really want to get a. I really want to make sure that there's something here, because if the water comes down here, I can't make this big enough. So I will. So a 2 and a 3 are triangles or Bs and things. Don't think it's really going to matter. But C is more likely. So what I will do is I'll put. Actually, maybe I want to B at the end. Maybe. All right. So I'll do this and I'll put a B. I'm sort of thinking maybe there'll be a way that I get a C somewhere or something like that. Okay. 4 and a 6. Just keep drinking water. Yes, it's sort of a game filled with water, and I need to remember to drink all the time. So 4 and 6. I haven't filled in the water. Okay, that's good. That's going to break up these, which is what we want. So a 4 and a 6. Do we want a D? We do want a D somewhere, probably. Yeah, because the squares here is not going to help. Yeah, but continuing the Ds is perfectly reasonable. And actually, we want a D, and that's going to be quite nice here, because then we've got a larger area of hexagons. So that's quite good. Jay says, seems like the train type doesn't matter too much. Well, I mean, we haven't done the scoring yet. And maybe the scoring will kind of show, how important it was. There is a bit of a sense that you want particular terrain types to grow. I'm finding with the fact that you have to always put the same two things in the same space. Like there was definitely I definitely wanted the D here, and I could have maybe put it in other places, but the fact that it means that I get to make this hexagon space sort of larger. It means I'm going to score more points. Like, I don't want to be doing this thing where I put a random triangle, out here too much. That's a bit of a, that like you're missing out points, is the idea, I guess. But yeah, maybe, let's see. I mean, I think I really want the core scoring to be simple enough, because hopefully that's already an interesting decision, but then all these things where you're really trying to think about these other kind of scoring conditions is, the kind of the nice spice on top of it, I guess. Okay, 2 and a 5. Here come the 7s. Can I select that one? Yep. Okay, 2 and a 5. Oh, we've got some E's again, which is good. We always like E's. Oh, I see that I'm talking more about the animals. Yeah, I think because, I mean, it depends what you roll, because there's one particular animal that's important at the moment, which are E's, and there's one type of terrain. So like when I roll a 5, I'm thinking about the animal is sort of, I really want to place the E. And maybe that's a problem with the game. Maybe because of this new way in which things are always linked, maybe you don't want to favor a particular type of habitat, because you're basically then relying on you rolling that, that value enough times. And maybe that's not particularly interesting. Maybe it's a lot more interesting to have kind of like global conditions. Like the one with the continents interesting is kind of always interesting, regardless of what you're rolling. So yeah, that might be something that's a very reasonable sort of thing to sort of be thinking about. But in this current play, we want. So if I wanted to put an E, I would be doing it with these bars. And the bars, I can't really, actually, I really don't want to. In fact, I don't really have much more room to make this much bigger. And I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 is basically as big as I want this to be. So actually, I am just going to keep working on this one down here and put an E in it. Sort of, yeah, to kind of stuff them in there, basically. 1 and a 4. So there's no 5s, and I was thinking that once certain results don't come, then basically you would go into the center, because there'll normally be more spaces in the center available, and it makes it more variable. So if I couldn't do a 5, so now I'm going to do a 6, which is fine. So a 1 and a 4. So again, we want. Actually, this is fine. Actually, because I can do this. So do we want an A somewhere? We could possibly want an A here somewhere, and that would make another. That would make sure that it's another circle area somewhere, which is good. Jay says, or fill 1 in each row next to it. Oh, I see. So it kind of speeds up. Maybe. I guess the tricky thing, if you can have that happen, then you're kind of breaking from that thing of always putting 1 C in and 1 territory. And I kind of like the fact that you sort of have a feeling of how it's going to work, I guess. You know, like that it's kind of a fixed length of the game. I'm kind of liking that. But yeah, the possibility for it to kind of, you know, snowball out of control is kind of interesting. Yeah, so 1 and 4. So yeah, it's, I think, no, these are already going. So actually it's fine. So then I think, is there a square that's an interesting place? I could put a square up here. And an A always scores. Like A's don't actually have to be next to anything. So maybe that's fine. Maybe that's how I am sort of, you know, maximizing my scoring there. Yeah. Okay. So I did think about habitat then. You know, I was like, well, actually, it's better to put a square up here because it will score a bit more. 2 and a 5. So we're slowly slicing out this middle, which is what we want. Very nice. 2 and a 5. So, well, we're more E's, which is good. And we have a room for an E here. So that feels like what we want to be doing. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. All right. Almost there. 4 and a 6. So we try and do it in 10, but we can't, so we do it in 9. Um, 4 and a 6. Oh, that's actually all right. I'll put a D in here. Because that both extends this habitat and the D's. Oh, I didn't actually, it's a good point. I didn't actually need, it's making 1 more point, but these are already fed. Robin, a 3-course meal and you're still playing? What's the game in mechanism? When did you, hold on, let me look back on when you said you were going to, it's been precisely 14 minutes since you last said you were going to have dinner. I'd say that's a pretty quick meal. It's almost finished. I've been chatting as we go along. Actually, I think maybe well, either way, I'm getting a point basically. But this ensures that this will be 7, which is good, I think. So let's do that. All right. It's a 1 and a 1. Snake eyes. So that's going to be a 2, which is going to be down here. Oh, I've actually realized that I'm now going to be forced to I'm going to have to join up one of these continents. So I've actually kind of screwed it up. Maybe there was I didn't realize that was, so I'm not going to score anything for this thing, but that's all right. So I may as well put an A here because it will it will mean that B can feed, and it extends the C's. 3 and a 4, which is 7. Yeah, I guess it would be maybe easier if there was more sort of seeded, because I guess it's always going to meet in the middle. Like it's going to be hard to sort of make it work potentially. So yes, that's I've destroyed my scoring for the third objective. So it can be a C and a square. Squares are over there, or triangles. Can we make? Oh, triangles are good. Okay, so we'll do just a D in here. Yeah, because D isn't going to really help anything score particularly. In there, okay, and then it's the final roll. It's a 2 and a 3, which means it's going to be this. Becomes water, and we've actually just made one big consonant. It can be a triangle with B. So it can be B or C. Well, either way, it's going to just score. So a triangle with a B in it. And there you have it. That is the end of the game. So I've just made one big continent. Maybe interesting. Maybe you could have goals based on shapes or things like that. That could also be kind of interesting. I'm just interested whether I actually played it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 19, 20, 23, and then 1, 2, 5, 8, 11, 15, 19, 25. So somewhere I've done something wrong. I put in an extra. There should be one of these spaces should be water, actually. So I've slightly done it wrong. But anyway, so how would I score? So let's do the habitats first. We would look for the largest of each habitat. So I'd score 3 points for this. That's my largest circle habitat. My largest thing is 3 points here. For the triangles, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For the squares, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. For the stars, we've only got a single one, actually. So there's just one for that. And for the hexagons, we've got 4. So that would be what I'd score. I'd top all those up for the different terrains, or habitats rather. And then the animals, we look and see if they can eat. So we'll start, well, we can go with each one and just so the A's always eat, and that's fine. The C can eat the B, so this would score. C can eat the B, B can eat the A, that's fine. This B can eat the A, so that's also fine. The D, this D would starve, so it would essentially be deleted. So it won't score at all. This B cannot eat anything. All these E can eat the D, but then the D goes away. So I guess you would actually start with this X is basically, this is the monolith for this shape. Like I can't fill it in. That's why it's an X. So yeah, so I should, I guess, start with the Fs and then the Es and then so on. So I think I've done the F. The F couldn't eat, so that's fine. These Es, yeah, there was a D. I think there were 2 Ds here, and that's why this could score. That's fine. These Es are fine. That E can eat, so that's great. Then it's Ds. This D eats the C. This D eats the C. This D can't eat anything. And there are the Ds. And then C can eat this A. This C can't eat anything. The C can eat the B. C can eat the B, so that's fine. Then Bs, B eats A. B eats A. B eats A. That's fine, and all the A's automatically score. So you would you'd get 1 point per animal that's still surviving. But of course, the interesting thing could be that it could just be about the animals fundamentally surviving, and then like the special scoring is much more about the animals. So you need more of them survive. So I get 1 point per animal closest on the edge. So that's these Es. I would get 5 points for that. So I've got 5 Es on the edge. I'd get 2 points per different group of the circle habitats. So I get 1, 2. I've actually only got 2, so that wasn't particularly good. And then I would have got some points if I had at least 3 continents, but I got 1 massive continent, so I don't score anything for that. So yeah, that's kind of the game. I'm not sure what you'll think watching it. For me, positives. I think this new way of doing the water is good. It's sort of simple. I personally liked tying the choice of the dice together. I think it makes that decision a bit quicker. And I mean, I know maybe sometimes that makes it feel that it's, you know, like Jay was sort of saying that, is it a bit too, you're very quickly just saying, oh, this habitat, I'll go here. But I think those decisions being a little bit easier is probably a good thing. And because with two numbers, you only ever have like two options of how to like actually put that. And because the much freer thing is where you can place. So I feel like constraining the choice of like what habitat and what animal much more, like what the sort of combinations of that, but then giving you the freedom to be able to place anywhere, maybe it's the right level of freedom. And I think that's what it felt like. I felt like there was enough freedom to think about where I was putting things. Yeah, so I liked that. And I think having, as I said before, having some well, not as I said before, but during, I think it was Jay or no, Brad mentioned, yeah, could we start with some water filled in somewhere? I think that actually might be the secret sauce that's kind of missing. And I would probably have some spaces, probably more on the outside, more on the inner part that might precede some water, which would be good. But I think the flow was good. I like how the game has its own. I very much like that it has like an internal timer. I like games like that. I don't particularly like tracking rounds. I like that there's like a very natural conclusion. I like how it looks, actually. I like the sort of like you've sort of built this thing out of nothing by the end. And that's really nice, I think. And yeah, so those were all positives. I think the basic scoring still probably needs a bit of work, and the sort of attendant, abilities, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Starting with kind of 6 like definite land spaces and 6 definite water spaces is good. I don't necessarily like that it's always filling from the edges. That is for me like a bit of a problem. Well, not a problem. I don't really know how to say that. I was thinking that potentially that the water, you could always basically like water kind of comes down, but if you've already got water, it continues below it. But yeah, I don't know. But I'm happy to start with the, like, I don't think changing it from going like top down, the bigger change is going to be pre-filling in some water. And, I would just test to see how that feels. And yeah, I think having like just big groups of a particular habitat is good. I think it's easy to sort of understand. It's like, I think you want those basic scorings to be simple. And actually really, if you were scoring 1 point for every animal that, has sort of survived, that's also very simple, and it's easy to sort of understand what you're doing. And there's also a way that you can kind of, you can maximize it, which I like. It's not absolutely linear. Like you can have lots of, C's feeding off a single B. So there is still like some flexibility in terms of like how many of different herds that you want, which I really like. And I like the double encoding. So yeah, I think that's sort of, I actually, to be honest, like for somewhere in a second test, and it's tribute, I think, also to Chat, who's definitely come up with some really great ideas along the way. I'm actually kind of pretty happy where it is in terms of mechanically. I think it's sort of interesting. And I think like working on kind of abilities is, I'm not saying it's easy, but I think it's a lot that, that's something that just comes with playing enough time. Usually it's easy enough to come up with interesting, puzzle-like things that, there's plenty to work with. There's lots of different variables in terms of like, I think definitely have one based on like shape and size of continents, I think would be really good. Having one based on habitats and having one based on animals, I think will work quite well. Jay says, could the player choose where to fill in the row or choose the top or bottom? Yeah, that you might have a point. So there were sort of two thoughts that I had about that idea. I like that the player, so on one hand, I like that the player doesn't have a choice, because there's an element of kind of like, I would like that sense of risk, because there's definitely points in the game where I would fill in like a particular space to make sure it would fill a continent, because I was worried that the water was going to come down and fill it. and that might make me play sort of suboptimally. And I quite liked that. And I guess the other thing I like is that you already have a choice of where you're putting the animals and the habitats. So I didn't want both phases of the, like, I didn't want the player to have to think about too many things. I like the balance between one aspect of the turn is fixed and one aspect is sort of your choice. That being said, being able to choose where to put the water, I think would, like, definitely for like the continent thing would make it much more interesting, and maybe you would have a lot more sort of flexibility in how that would work. But I think I have to, for now, I think I might keep it as fixed, especially with, again, I think this pre-seeded water is going to change things a bit. So yeah, we'll see about that. Robin asks, later in development, how do you see being able to graphically represent E eats D, eats C, eats B, eats A? Well, I think you would just have a, you would have it here. You would have like some, like an arrow or something. You would have some hierarchy or like a pyramid or something. I think you could have a small diagram that would help. And I think if you make the animals, I guess, make sense in some way, that I think that will also help a lot. Like, I was saying completely jokingly, like, flamingos eat elephants. But I mean, if you had something that kind of, if you had a collection of animals that made sense, like, I don't know, like A is ants and B is, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, they sort of get bigger and bigger animals, and you have like elephants, and then you have like, I don't know what F could be, but I think that will, like, I think there's a way to do it graphically, but also I think the language that you use will help people just internalize it a lot more easily. Like, a good choice there will help. There's a part of me that wants to keep the A, B, C, D, E, because then it also, for the people who can't draw, it's easier. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, I guess. Alex says, do you think feeding the animals is overtaking the other scoring conditions? Maybe. But I feel like it's the kind of the more unique part of the game, I guess, in terms of that. Like, I think making big areas that are connected with the same type is not that new. I mean, there's plenty of games that do that. I think there are fewer games that have these kind of food chains. And I guess I like, I think if you have something that's new in a game, you want that to be interesting you want the players to want to sort of interact with that, so because you kind of want, a player's interest and the thing you think is great in the design, you want those to coincide. So I actually think that's a good thing. I don't mind so much that, and the only other thing I'd also say is that you can't, I mean, it's hard to make everything equally, like, difficult in someone's brain, because there's always going to be one element you find easier than the other. And you don't want everything to be hard. I think one thing being a bit easier to kind of work out is probably good. Brad, the map could start with grey dots where the water goes, still from top to bottom, but not necessarily starting from the top. And there could be different pads sheets to play on different starting maps. Yeah. So, oh, I see. So you're just, in different columns, you would be starting from a different, yeah, that could definitely work. I mean, I guess the other option actually is that it could be that you have one water in each of the columns from the very start. I mean, it's a bit too much of the current thing because there's 9 columns, so 9 water to start might be a bit too much. But I was thinking that you could have one water. If you had one water in each column, then you would just say that you have to be below all the water that's currently in that column, basically. So that's a thought, maybe. I'd have to think about that. I mean, the other option is to have some way in which the kind of like I don't think you want to be like flipping from top to bottom all the time. But yeah, I think it's a good idea. Yeah, and I think as long as there was a way that you can mark it at the start, I guess at the moment I'm not struggling with, but I think having like a little bit of something to fill in at the start, but you don't want it to be too time consuming. And I kind of like having one sheet, I guess, is the other thing, at least at the start. But anyway, as you said, like you could just have one sheet that I play with for the playtest, and then I can think about variety after that. Alex says, "Oh, this in terms of animals, it seems like a fairly strict restriction or condition. I sort of expected the chain to be like 5 eats a 1 to 4, or the other way around." Yeah, maybe. I think. What do I think? I mean, I guess that doesn't. I guess I like it being strict because I think it drives players to make some choices. Yeah, but I'm not sure about that, I guess. And I mean, thematically, it doesn't really make sense, does it? Because like, if you're at the top of the food chain, you eat the thing below you, but you don't eat the thing way below you. So yeah, I guess it's true. I think it's something to check. It feels like a lot of these things are kind of around the same thing of just feeling out like how interesting the animal scoring is versus the habitat scoring. And I think how it combines with the special powers, because I think right now these special abilities maybe weren't that interesting, or you weren't, because they were only focused on one animal, then that was a bit of a problem. Yeah, and I think, Robin, actually, yeah, I read this kind of quickly. Yeah, there was also no F animal usage, was there? Points for creating a complete ecosystem, connecting feeding animals, F to E to D to C. Yeah. I think that would definitely be a great goal, actually. Like, it would be a great, yeah, it would just be a great goal. Jace says, check if animals seem tedious when watching, might be easier in real life. But maybe to check, you could draw a line through animals that are fed A to B to C. Yeah, that's also true. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. But yeah, there is a case that, I mean, the other thing, of course, is that you can draw it in as you play, which is also the other thing. I think you could draw like connections between or you could find some way to kind of like highlight an animal to show that it's fed. So, you know, like you might be able to like circle it during the game or something like that, to show that it's, yeah, I think what it might be good actually is to move away from having shapes potentially, but instead have more like a border. I don't exactly know how you would do it, to be honest, but you know, like you put a wavy line on each edge and it's like a tree or something. I don't know. So that you could put the animal in the middle and then you could circle it when it's fed or something like that. Thanks, Alex. Thanks very much. I hope you have a nice evening. Yeah, and thanks for dropping away. Yeah, so I will think about that, but I'll put like circle fed animals during game somehow. Because I think if you can basically keep track, like it's very easy when you put the animal in, then you'll be able to check whether it's fed and you can immediately circle it. And it's fine if you somehow miss it because you can still check it at the end, but it might make sort of that totting up near the end a lot easier, basically. Yeah, Jay likes the theory, but think it needs to be communicated well. Yeah, that's true. It's and that's certainly like as a designer, that's actually something I'm not particularly good at. I sort of I'm not like graphically, I'm not that great, and that's why I am often I'm playtesting with people directly and explaining things, and yeah, I guess this is actually one of the more sort of complicated things to think about. I guess not complicated to think about, but like complicated in terms of how to explain it, or like you want to be able to show it, as you say, you want to be able to show it really clearly because it's not necessarily a very difficult concept. And I think that's the good thing about the future. And I think people kind of, if you can keep close to how people would think how it works in real life, then that will also help. Which I think, that having that strict chain will help. And oh yes, I'll put this special scoring about the special goal chain. So we'll see. Robin says you could just have a tiny square in each X that you marks one's head, that you mark one's fed. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I think there's ways to do it. I guess the only thing with having something like printed there is that if you then put water in it, it looks a bit weird, maybe. But anyway, I think there's definitely a solution. And if I was going to if it was going to eventually be published or something, then I would probably work with a graphic designer or an illustrator to think of a good way to do that, because I think, yeah, having that input or that thought, and I think moving the there might also be a different way that you can think about how to combine a habitat and actually making them look like actual mountains, or look like, maybe it's easy enough to ask people to draw, or I don't know, trees or something. Maybe might be enough, and it might make it look a little more interesting or better, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's where I'm at with the game. I hope that was interesting for folks. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. I guess it might feature in another. I'm sure it'll come back on the in the game design variety hour at some point. Yeah, but if there's, I mean, I guess that's also trying to give a bit of an insight as to what the iteration process is like. Each time you try and identify, or at least how I like to work is identify one or two key things to change. I mean, actually, the interesting thing is the game, again, for being so early, it's actually settled quite well in that. And this is what I talked about in the initial thing, choosing a roll and write means that a lot of these decisions are sort of decided upon very quickly, essentially. So you get closer to a finished game earlier on. And this feels quite settled. I think a lot of the things we're talking about in terms of rules, they're kind of smaller things, but kind of the arc of the game and the structure is quite good, I would say. So yeah, I'm pretty happy, where we're at, and it means that we are really in that iterating stage where there's one or two key things I want to change each time, and I feel like the thing to change next time is going to be that preceded, finding a good way to precede the water spaces and the monoliths, and maybe think a little bit about the special scoring a bit. Yes, Alex has been getting great value. Well, I mean, maybe that's the thing here. These aren't any ordinary game jams on this channel. They all turn into published games. No, I can't claim that. But I think, yeah, I mean, and this is how I like to work. Collaboration always helps you get to a game and get something finished. And this is even a bigger collaboration, which is really great. Robin says, do you think it would damage the game to make a rule that players have to connect a new habitat to an existing habitat or monolith, not necessarily matching habitat types, or is it just an extra unnecessary rule? Not necessarily. Yeah, I guess actually in that game, I sort of did it without thinking. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have a strong feeling. And it will depend a lot on, I think, the continent special scoring things, because I feel like that's going to be one of the main reasons that you would ever want to break off to a different habitat, because the way the habitats currently score already incentivize you to always connect to, you want to make a big group of each habitat, so that means you want to connect them. But I don't know if you need to enforce it. I think if you had a good reason to, because players are going to play that way most of the time, and it obviously doesn't break it to have a different little island somewhere, which could be cool, actually. Maybe it's you're trying to make lots of different little islands or something like that in a particular game. Would be interesting, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's an interesting thought. I'm not sure if that's something I will try next time. And as you said, it is just an extra rule, and unless it's really trying, I guess the thing is what is it really trying to prevent? If players, because the reason you might want to have that rule is that you feel that if you can put it anywhere, that's a little, for me, I would think that's too much freedom. Maybe it's too much AP or too much like that. But I think because, again, the way the habits currently score is pushing so much towards just filling things out bigger and bigger, and that's usually what you'll think of first. I'm not so worried. I feel like only more experienced players would start thinking, oh, hold on, I can break this off. But once you're more experienced, you're kind of making those decisions a bit more quickly. So I'm kind of, yeah, that's I guess where I'm landing on that. But again, I mean, I've played it twice, so I think that could be, yeah, it could be something definitely to continue on with and see. So I have to remember, what I'm going to do right now is I have to remember to move, I'm going to make a new folder for this game because I couldn't find it last time, and that was a bit of a problem. But now I can. So not very interesting to everybody, but this, well, I mean, you know, if people are interested, this is, you know, this is how, you know, these are how the folders are made. You know, how exciting. So habitat roll and write. There you go. So it's a new folder in the prototypes, and I had been saving them in this other random folder where Illustrator would be dropping them. So yeah, that's that. That's done. And a new game is born. And maybe, you know, when I'm streaming still in 5 years' time or something, who knows? I'll go back and I'll look through the old prototype. I'll be like, oh yes, that time I made that habitat roll and write on stream. That was a lot of fun. So yeah. Cool. Well, I think that's going to do me for sort of the game design portion of the stream. I've got about 90 minutes, or probably a little bit less because I was chatting about other things at the start. I am going to make sure I drink a little bit of water. Yeah, no, thanks. I hope it was interesting. And you know, I probably should. I forgot to say, like, you know, put on some chill music or whatever you feel like, and you know, settle back and relax. But now I probably am going to. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Whether I want to actually stop the stream and then start. Yeah, I don't really know about, like. There's probably something about Twitch, because I'm going to play a little bit of Luck Be a Landlord now. So I don't know whether to, like, make it a different stream or stop it and start it again. I don't know if anybody knows, like, what is a better thing to do, like to actually make them separate streams, or just to keep going. I'm kind of open, but I can. What I will do though is I'll switch the. I mean, I guess you just want to edit the stream info, probably, don't you? So. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, hey, Traveling Tales. Yeah, this Traveling Tales is the developer. I'm now forgetting your name, unfortunately, but I'm going to very quickly find it. Where was it in Twitter? Dan Delorio, developer of Luck Be a Landlord. So if I if I change, sorry, if you change your Twitch code, okay, all right. Well, let's just try that. I will change this to be. Let's be Luck Be. Oh wait. Oh. Very interesting for everybody. No. And the category is Luck Be a Landlord. Okay, done. Thanks very much, Rob. Thanks. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Who's not going to hang around for Luck Be a Landlord, but I would recommend anybody who does want to hang around. It's a fantastic game, and I enjoy it very much. And I'm going to try and get some good scores for you all, or at least try and get some crazy different strategies. So let's see how that goes. I will stop that share. And I will share the application window. Okay, here we are. So I kind of explained a little bit earlier in the stream how Luck Be a Landlord works, so I'm not going to explain it more. But if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I thought an interesting thing that we might try for a little bit of audience participation is that for each run, so to start off with, I'm just going to do a few normal runs. So I'm just going to try and win, and I'm going to try and get a best score as I can. Somebody in the Discord had a really interesting kind of like challenge mode, like golf, which is to try and win and get to the last rent payment, but with the smallest surplus of money. I might try that a little bit later. But for now, I'm just going to try and get a high score. But for everyone in chat, I am, if I had points or something, I don't know if people do these kind of betting things on Twitch. And I can't do that yet. I don't know how to do it. But we can do it for like honor points or something. So when you think, you can make one bet for each run, and you are betting whether you think I'm going to win, i.e. get to the end of the 12th rent payment, or you think I'm going to lose, which means I won't get to the end of the rent payment. You get one bet per run. You can make the bet whenever you want, but whoever makes the earliest correct bet wins the prize for that run. And if you think I'm going to lose, you can also say on which rent payment you think I'm going to lose. And there are 12 rent payments. So you can say, like, I think I'm going to lose on rent payment 4 or whatever. So let's get started. Let's play. And we're going to get a little bit of a maybe one game in before the new patch launches. So that's pretty exciting. Cool. So let's go. Let's give it a spin. So at the start off, I always am looking, like, you kind of always have to add new symbols because otherwise you're not making money. And you're looking for things that there might be future strategies. And like beer is a good one to start. It's good with the dwarves. I like picking up pairs to start with. You start with a cat already because there are a lot of items that you can get that give you extra money for having 3 of a particular symbol. So having more of one type is usually better if you have like equal choices. And yeah, so here I'm gonna pick another beer because also they can get drunk by the dwarves. Flowers are also a good kind of safe first strategy because there's a lot of things that work with flowers early on, and they give you a good way. So this is my personal not OP symbol, but this is like rabbit fluff. I feel like we're off to a good start if you get an early rabbit fluff, because basically that gives you a better chance of getting better symbols, and it kind of snowballs from there. This is also probably one of my favorite items, the Rusty Gear, which doubles things when you have them in groups of at least 3 or more that are adjacent for the same symbol. That's how you get some really crazy scores. But because I'm basically trying to win. I guess I'm doing it on survival mode. I'm going to try and win each time. And I think right now, because I already have 2 beers, this is kind of like the safer bet because this only kicks in later. And usually where you lose is around like the 3rd or 4th rent payment. So I'm going to choose Happy Hour, which is making like all the alcohol worth more coin. I don't mind picking up a chick. Chicks can upgrade. There's like, you're basically looking for symbols that have some sort of upside later on. You don't want to stuff it with too many things. Like these are all pretty bad, I'd say. So I'm going to skip this actually. It's usually up in the sort of 2nd rent payment. I would start thinking about skipping things. These are also all pretty bad, so I will skip again. So anyone who's joining, you can bet at any time if you think I'm going to win this current run or whether you think I'm going to lose. And whoever makes the first correct bet in the chat will win some prize. And there's totally a prize to be won. There's no prize, but it's just for interest and you can get involved. Okay. This is always interesting because you have these kind of safe items that you want to break open, and you need a specific item. Although in the patch, I know there's going to be a new symbol that lets you crack these open. Yeah, I'll take it. There's enough. Oh, wow. Okay, so there you go. I immediately get the item that lets me open it up. So that's Jay's got in with the first bet for win, and Nicola. So someone else should just jump in immediately. Maybe there's like a cascading point. Maybe it can be like Eurovision, like the first person who does the first correct bet gets 12 and then 10, etc. So, it's not about necessarily like, because then I guess everybody else should just bet that I'm going to lose because they can't win, they can't get the win. Okay, I don't know what you people think I'm going to win because I'm getting offered, for having a rabbit fluff, I'm getting offered some pretty bad stuff. Okay, so we're fine. I'll take a shiny pebble. It's sort of a worse rabbit fluff, but it gives you better stuff. I don't have cheese for the mouse. Oh, this is kind of pretty bad. I'm going to just take the buffing capsule. It won't be very good early on. It just doubles the stuff around it. Now, Nicola, you already bet that I'm going to win, Nicola. Now you think I'm going to lose. The 3-sided die is all right. It's an average of 2. I think any item that gives you 2, at this stage is fine, if it doesn't fit. I haven't got, the kind of worrying thing is I don't really have much of a strategy as yet, which I think is a bit of a problem. I like the item capsule, gives you an extra item. So these are the things where you want 3 of them more, like a lot of the peppers want you to have 3 of the same. But I have lots of empties, and this should, the blue pepper gives you stuff for empties. Yes, I see, Nicola, I see your, but you already bet that I'm going to win, so I'm sorry, all bets after your first bet don't count, you know, so I don't think you can have both like that. These are all bad again. I don't really like the bounty hunter and the thief. I think it kind of rarely works, and it's quite, not risky, but it just, because it's kind of like draining you of money, and if you don't get lucky to kind of kill them quickly enough, I found that it can lead to some like premature losses, I would say. So yeah. Yeah, I love some more item capsules. I love getting more items, even when they're a bit useless. Like, I don't have any monkeys, for example. How are we going? Did that chick hatch yet? No. But I will take more chicks, because maybe I'll get something for the eggs. Nicola, I don't have cheese for the mouse, and that's bad to make rent. Yes. Yeah. No, I quite enjoy it, actually, because once you get kind of used to the game, you kind of know where all the better chance of things. So I'm going to take another rabbit fluff, because they do compound, essentially. So I've got the frying pan, which is fantastic. I've already got 2 chicks, which are eventually going to become hens, which will then start making eggs. And the frying pan basically means that when you have eggs next to other eggs, they become omelets, which are quite good items. So yeah, we might be doing a bit of an omelet. I had quite a few omelet runs this morning, actually. Don't have anything that goes. Candy is good if you've got a toddler. I've got no toddlers, so not so useful. Well, I'll definitely take the safe, because that's sort of an extra 30 money once it's going to blow up. We're going to be a bit close, I have to admit. I think I might take the Hex of Destruction. There's also a point where all runs. This is the other one of my favorite symbols. It does. It destroys. It has a chance of destroying adjacent symbols, and actually, what it does do is it kind of clears out kind of bad symbols. So here, I think it killed off a cat, which is not too bad. The problem is, I'm not sure if I'm going to be quite. Yeah, it's not looking good. I have to make a lot. So I'm going to take the buffing capsule, because I need kind of an influx of. Wow, that was really lucky. I doubled up the safe here. So that's basically saved me. I'm going to take another item, because it's a good time to get another item. That's kind of useless red suits. Okay, so I got saved by a bit of a lucky destroying, doubled up on the. Oh, great! Hey, Vicious Panda. Yeah, no, it's a fantastic game. I really enjoy it. Big urns are great with the destroy hex thing. Ninja and mouse, one of my favorite items, which want ninjas and mice to be together. I have neither of them, so it's a bit useless. I'll just take the pool ball. I'll just take some income. So pool ball is just, every pool ball gives you an extra 1 every turn. And now I immediately get offered a ninja. I'm going to take the chick, because I have the omelet, the frying pan, so I kind of want eggs if I can. I'm going to take a buffing capsule. I'm still a bit worried that I'm going to, like, I think this next rent payment is going to be a bit, not going too badly, actually. The nice thing is that when you get the Hex of Destruction kind of like build, it kind of means you can add whatever you want, because you know, it'll always get kind of cleared out anyway. Like, the difficulty of throwing in together a lot of things. So the thing is, am I going to go full on Hex of Destruction? Let's do it. Let's have a, you know, they're always fun kind of games where you immediately you know, you get like an amazing symbol and then it immediately gets destroyed. The Joker's kind of fun. It triples the value of like adjacent card symbols, which is kind of cool. Lockbox is just 15 money. Let's do the Joker. It's a bit more fun. Brad's betting that I'll barely win by 20. Is it worth a higher payout for the audience? Well, I'll keep that in mind. That that would be good if I was trying to play this golf score. I think also the Hex of Destruction runs are more available if you've got these rabbit fluffs, which are basically like, if you're destroying a lot of stuff, you want to be adding good symbols. Tomb is fantastic because the tomb, when it's destroyed, gives you things. I'm going to take the egg carton, actually. So the egg carton is also, I really like, basically it immediately stores eggs and takes them out as symbols, but then you just get their income every round. So it kind of like thins out your deck, your symbols, which is really nice. Let's take some more items. I like some. Oh gosh, we lost a rabbit fluff, so that's not great. Ninjas are 2. I'll pretty much take almost any 2 money item at this point. I mean, we do have a Joker, but I don't. Yeah, it's kind of why, unfortunately, like in the current builds, like the card symbols are a bit weak, I think, unfortunately. And like taking a bad item with the hope that one Joker, you basically need like lots of Jokers to make it work. So that little jiggle met the hen, I think, just laid an egg, I'm pretty sure. And that egg is going to immediately go in the egg card in the next round. That's why the egg card's great. You don't even need the symbol to actually appear. We'll take a chemical 7. It'll give me I need 3 of these 7s to pay out, and they'll pay out big. I think all those people who thought I might lose, I think I'm going to lose because I need to get really lucky on this last one. No, I have failed. I have failed. So that was on the, I don't know what the 350 is. It's the 5th or 6th rent payment. So who was the first to say I lose? Well, it was Nicola, but Nicola kind of cheated. So it seems that nobody won that bet. Disappointing. So yeah, if anyone who's tuning in, where chat can bet whether I'll win or lose. And the earlier you bet, the more points you get. So nobody got any points in that round because nobody bet that I would lose. And Nicola cheated, which I was very disappointed at. No. All right, let's go again. 3-sided die is nice to start off with. It's just a bit more money on average, which is great. These are not fantastic. Unfortunately, Penguin doesn't have much that works with it. And there are some things that work with gems, so we'll go for that. Ooh, could this be a cultist run? So cultists just give more money the more cultists there are out. So if you get enough of them early, it can be quite good. So Robin, are you saying that I'm going to lose by the 7th rent payment? Is that what you're saying? Where are we? Let's do some rain. Rain is nice. It's 2. Yeah, I like getting a grave robber early. So these automatically break open like jars and things. It makes me, I think it's just, there are some items that are great to get early because it means whenever those items come up, you can just really, in the 7th, same as last time. Is that where I lost last time? Okay, well, I'm going to have to show off a good run. I've already got rain, so I'm going to take a few more flowers. These are not great, so I will skip. I can kind of afford to skip because I've kind of early on got some good like 2 money items. I'll take the urn because the urn can get broken by the grave robber. And it's already got broken, and then you get these spirits, which are really great. Yeah, let's go. So this might be a bit of a flower build. I'm getting, okay, Jay's got in with an early bet saying I'm going to win. It is a good start, but I need to get some things that, yeah, okay. I mean, maybe like getting an early grave robber and enough. These are all a bit, I'll take the proliferation because maybe I'm going to, yeah, I mean, seeds are better when you're doing a plant strategy anyway. Yeah, I need some bees. I do need some bees. That's true. Or a sun. I mean, that's also when you get these crazy sun runs. Oh, great. I love an early item capsule. It's really great. What do we got? Okay, 3 of the same are adjacent. That's not too bad. These are all bad. Okay. These are all bad. Yeah, like an early tumor is just really great. Do we want to do another Hex of Destruction? I kind of don't want to do a Hex of Destruction run. I think it's tricky because in some ways, actually, I don't really have a strategy yet. And like, it's usually good to take a Hex of Destruction. Like, Hex of Destruction isn't so bad if you don't know what you're doing yet, because then it doesn't really matter if it's destroying things, because like none of them are. Nartek, sorry, you're a bit late. I've already done. Oh, we could do another Hex of Destruction. Okay, let's go all in on the Hex of Destruction plan. And actually, we can do Compost Heap, which is actually kind of fun with Hex of Destruction, because it starts adding symbols after you, like every 3 symbols you destroy, it adds more stuff. 5-sided die is nice if it doesn't get destroyed quickly, because that's like some. So I think the flow is good so far. And it also means that I can take these lock boxes because there's a good chance they're going to get destroyed. Killed off a cultist, that was fine. Wasn't going to do anything. Let's take some more rain. Very, very nice. Nicholas says win. No, yeah, okay, so we've had a few. Okay, I like the urn, which will break and give me some... Oops, my phone thinks I'm talking to it. Just urns all day. Urns all the day. Yeah, I feel this is feeling quite good already. This will definitely get me through, I think, you know, a lot of these earlier payments. It doesn't necessarily scale very well because you don't get the really like crazy combinations because you're kind of always destroying things. Wanted Poster is great because you can kind of always take the thieves when you have Hex of Destruction because they can also destroy the thieves, which I really, really like. So actually getting double payout means that we're definitely going to take, whenever we see a thief, we will take it, essentially. The seeds are going off, which is really good. So this compost is doing some work. Yeah, let's add a chicken. Why not? We'll add some more symbols. Okay, wow. So the rain and the flowers. Yeah, we've got a good thing going on. None of those are particularly good. Got rid of some lousy cherries, so that's fine. Don't mind about that. These are all not great. Oh, got rid of the useless spade symbol, so that's good. We've had some good, like the Hex of Destruction have worked really well so far, actually. They've destroyed mostly like useless one. I'll take a lucky capsule. I never know about lucky capsules in a way because they do take up a space, and like I don't like not all of the better symbols are that good. So it's basically making sure you can get a better symbol. I already have a 5-sided die. Cause like these averages are basically the same. So I don't mind doing that. And yeah, we'll take the lucky cat. We've still got one cat, so it'll have at least some effect. Destroyed a seed, which then like grew another seed somewhere, which is sort of fun. Okay, well we're all about the dice. Got a lot of 5-sided dice, which is good money. Like, you know, getting like 4 or 5 per symbol is great at this stage. Yeah, we'll just take some money from a wealthy capsule. Easy choice, basically. Looking good. What do we need? 2 set. Yeah, we'll do this one easy. Okay, great. Like, give me all the chests. I will take every chest possible because they're going to get destroyed eventually. Okay, what were we saying about getting some thieves? So yeah, the run's going well, I would say, because we're getting all the things we like with the Hex of Destruction. I must say I'm being probably a bit profligate. I probably at some point want to stop taking just random even two gold things. Rabbit Fluff though isn't a random 2 money thing. Okay, so the Hex destroyed one of the other hexes. So there's not so much a Hex run anymore. And unfortunately I have a lot of junk in my build. I have like 2 bananas and a pear and a cherry. Like if I get a fruit basket, that would be really great because I have a lot of random bad fruit. Can't say no to a good 3 thing. Swear jar is only good early on in the game because now I'm making more than 25. You have to make 25 or less to kind of get it to trigger. And I don't have any ninjas or mouses, so I'll just take a small symbol bomb and hope I get something good. Yeah, I'll take a buffing capsule, and I'll take another rabbit fluff. Actually, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I mean, the buffing capsule didn't do too much, but at least it gives you a bit of an influx. Okay, so I am actually getting some good symbols from these rabbit fluffs, which is really good. None of these are particularly good. Go dice go. So I tend to look at like how much I'm making. So I'm making like in the 40s. So I'm going to be close to making it. I should make it, I think. If I break open this chest, it'll be, yeah, it's going to be close, I will say. It's going to be close. But let's see. I really would like to crack open this chest. I will take a 3 gold item. Oh, I destroyed my strawberry. That's a bit annoying. How are we going? Oh, it's probably going to be okay. And I'll take a buffing capsule just to make sure I make it. Okay, I'll be fine. Okay, I think we do need another Hex of Destruction. We've got a little too much rubbish. I would like a lockpick, actually. I've got enough of these things to break open. Ooh, urns. That's why we haven't been doing as well. Like, because I picked up a lot of urns early. I do have some eggs, so frying pan might be okay. Lemon's not great because I don't really have any empties, so I'll take the frying pan. Oh no, an orange is down. That's fine. I really need I really need it to start destroying either the thief or one of these chests. That's I really need. Oh, what's the chance I'm going to have an egg run into an egg? I don't really like my chances, to be honest, but I feel like we have the omelet, so we may as well try. But I'm not increasing enough, I think, in terms of my, like, yeah, I really need to be making more money than I am. That was a good bluff and capture, but I still only got to 40. So yeah, I feel like we're going down the gurgler. I probably needed a few more. I think actually maybe the compost was a bit of a mistake in retrospect, because it just means when you kill all these things, you start adding all these terrible one gold things essentially. Yeah. If I crack open this chest, and it's going to have to be like a very lucky hex, but I don't think it's going to do it, unfortunately. I don't think it's going to be enough. Nope. Failure. Robin, I think Robin was the one who Robin gets the points. You said I wouldn't win. So yeah, again around the 350 400 mark. So I'm pretty good at getting to that. And actually, now we might have. What I will do is I'm going to exit and come back to the game, because I think maybe if I load it, it's going to now download an update. Yeah, the patch is live. So yeah, it's let's see how long. Okay, thankfully it's not a huge patch. We can all chat. You can see how your the new things play out in real time, Dan. How big is the team? Is it just you, Dan, or is it more people within Trampoline Tales? Like, what sort of team is it? Okay, so great. So we are here. It's just you. Okay, well, yeah. No, really awesome job. If it's not obvious from me enjoying the game so much. Okay, so here we are, new patch. When are we going to see a first symbol? Let's see. Okay, I think everything is about the same here. Looks about the same. There are some options, but I think they're about the same. I'm not sure if anything has changed. So spin away, and feel free again to bet if you think I'm going to win. Oh, don't mind an early toddler. Let's see if we can get a bit of candy here. Oh, another toddler. All right. So it's toddler time. If everyone can put some candy in the chat for me, that might help us get some candy. Definitely need some candy for those toddlers. The toddlers are going a bit hungry. There was a crow. I missed a crow. Wow, I'm going too fast. I think that's it. Yeah. I apologize for everyone watching. I'm a bit. I mean, that's kind of the great part of the game. You get in this kind of like flow. You know, I guess reminiscent of a real slot machine. Whether this is a good thing or not, but you know, it's yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Purple pepper got a bit bumped up. So you get 5 instead of 3 if 3 or more of the same symbol are adjacent. Okay. So that's good. I've already got 2 toddlers. So thank you for the candy, Nicola. Much appreciated. I'm going to try and go a little. Oh, okay. This is a new item. Coconut half. Okay, interesting. I wonder what goes with the coconut half. Well, I'm just going to have to pick the coconut, aren't I? So Jay is going to say, I don't think you're going to win. So I probably will. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's cool. So it gives you a bit of a count on symbols. Okay, that's good. No, that's a really good good combination. Oh, Chocolate Factory Sensitive Regards. Thanks, Nicola. I don't know. I like eggs, but I feel like the fact that I already have quite a few dice, and I also have this purple pepper. Oh yes, the crow. That's another new one. So it gives two money each spin, but then it gives a -3 every 4 spins. And so I don't actually know. Does this mean on the 4th spin, does it, instead of giving the 2 income, it gives -3? Is that how it works? Or does it give the 2 and then takes 3 away from it for a -1? Because then that's 6 money. So in its current iteration, you get 3 on 4 over 4 turns, which is not great. Yeah, so I don't know, Dan, if that's how is that how the crow works? It'll give you actually -3 on the fourth spin, or will it give you -1 on the fourth spin? Shall we give this crow a go? Let's give the crow a go. We've got to try it. Okay, so it is that, yeah, because I thought it wouldn't be very good if. So basically, you're getting slightly under 2. You're getting 8. So you're getting like. You're getting 5 over 4 spins. So it's another one that's not, yeah. Crab, excellent. Okay. I feel like we're a bit late to go for crabs, but why not? Let's try the crabs. So the crabs give 2 more money for each other crab in the same row. So you just want lots of crabs. I love the icon for the crab. It's great. I like the color. It is pretty early, and we haven't got any things for our. How are we? Okay, let's go for rain. So this is a good time for a swear jar because I'm still making low enough amounts of cash, so it's a good time to put a bit of money in the swear jar. It's an interesting question. Do I take a call? I mean, the other ones actually aren't that great, so I'm happy to take a call. Calls take a very long time to pay out, and they are a good way. So I'm not going to take a second call. I will take an easy rabbit fluff, one of my favorite symbols. I never say no to a rabbit fluff. I can take a capsule. This basically just gives you some income. It destroys itself. It costs a little bit in the first, but it pays it back in 4 rounds. And early on, that's just fine. We do have the candy, but we have a chance to get a 3rd symbol, which, yeah, I'm not sure if I should have done that actually. Swear jar and toddlers. Yeah. I could have even more. Well, maybe this is going to be the 3-sided die because I just basically want to try and get things that are adjacent to each other. So let's see how that goes. I'm not going to take Hex of Destruction again. I feel like I've done too much Hex of Destruction. I'm actually going to hold off, I think, because I feel like I have these items that are very good with, yeah. Oh, okay, I have to take the jack-o'-lantern with 2 toddlers already. So let's hope I can get some pinatas or some sweets. I think that's going to be... let's take it this hex. This hex basically means you're a little less likely to get good symbols. But, yeah. Oh, excellent. Bit of rabbit fluff. Oh, and here we've got... These are all... So this is going to trigger my 5 money for the purple pepper, which is quite nice. I don't think we're not really a rain or flowers build anymore. Okay, yeah, so you see the crow gave -1 there. So, another crab. So let's see if we can get them on the same row. Haha! So those crabs are each 3 money. Very nice. So they're kind of like super ninjas, not ninjas, cultists in a way, but they're a bit more risky. Okay, this is going fairly well. Did I already have a coconut house? I do already have a coconut house half. If I have 2 coconut halves, does it make a full coconut half? A full coconut, rather. There is a coconut now. Hold on, I think. So the seed can grow into a coconut. And when the coconut's destroyed, it adds 2 coconut halves. And this is like really showing off the great... I really love how this menu works, that you can kind of look through this. I should maybe have been like looking through these a little bit more closely. Okay, so that's cool. So it's a cool coconut that gets destroyed and becomes more coconuts effectively. None of these are that great, and I don't really have any gems either. I think the cleaning rag is good because it makes some of the later gem picks just better. It just adds 1 to all the gems basically, which is nice. I don't know how well the crow is doing for me, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting, and it also calculates the destroyed symbols now. Oh, that's cool, because yeah, that was something that was always a bit tricky. Like sometimes the animation would be so quick that you wouldn't see things being destroyed before your eyes, essentially. Oh, whoops. I do that sometimes. I click on the skip when I don't mean to. I didn't really necessarily think I was going to skip that, but oh well. That's how it goes. Yeah. it's a bit worrying. I don't really have much of a build, so it's not a good sign for winning, I think. But yeah, and if I keep taking random, yeah, I think because I have crabs, because I'm trying to do crabs, and like I have a lot of these dice which I want to be next to each other. Maybe I just want to only take symbols that are trying to match, try and maximize the purple thing. I can try another call. I don't think it's too late. And these will all trigger my purple pepper again, which is nice. Okay, so it's going all right. I have to get past, I haven't made it past 400 today yet, so I have to try. Oh, so Sapphire is a +1, so that's great. Okay, it's interesting. I have not ever played with recycling, would you believe? It never comes up. So basically you can pay 3 to add from a new set of symbols. Let's try it. Let's try it. That's interesting. It's totally better. Yeah, I'm basically a gambler, aren't I? It's like dice and crabs, or craps, it should be. So now I can, oh, that's interesting. Well, let's try it, I guess. Oh, wow, yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, okay, I can see why recycling is like pretty good. Because three money is not really that much to be able to, you know, add exactly what you want. So I'm going to be able to get my chemical 7s to pay off, so that's great. Yeah, and I'll take Hustling Capsule, up my income, because I'm going to be fine, because I'm going to get my 77 from my lucky 7s paying out, which is very nice. Yeah, I'll just take a Wealthy Capsule. I'll take the cash injection. This is looking good, which is sort of funny considering that I didn't have much of a build, but yeah. Do I have the egg? No. Yeah, I'll reroll that. Oh, Pinata! Finally, finally, those toddlers have been so so hungry. What does the pumpkin do? The pumpkin does it's a jack-o'-lantern. It makes all the toddlers and sweets give double the money, and like when a toddler eats a sweet, it also doubles that payout. So it's really, really good. And it was sort of funny that I started with 2 toddlers, but then didn't really get any sweets for it. So much so that I think I might pay. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that I can pay 3 to skip, and I probably will do that. Oh, General Zarov, which, you know, he hunts down all the other characters. And that's not a good idea right now, because all I have is the... Oh, and this is new as well, Hex of Training. It has 30% chance to make an adjacent symbol give 0. That's interesting. I do already have 2 coconut halves, so I don't mind getting more of the same. Oh, wow, okay, here, this is also something new. Zarov's Contract. The Bounty Hunter... Oh, so Bounty Hunters basically become General Zarovs, which is kind of cool. So, like, Bounty Hunters have got a little bit better. Because, yeah, currently Bounty Hunters weren't that great. The shrine... Oh, if I'd known that I was going to get a shrine, which basically gives you... Whenever you kill any living thing, they add a spirit. I don't really have anything that's going to destroy anything. So I think I'm just going to go with just the money. It's just not great because it can actually, yeah, it's immediately broken essentially, which is great. But you'll see the oh wow, there's lots of new stuff. Okay, Golem. Oh, interesting. So it doesn't give you anything. It destroys after 5 spins and then it adds a lot of ore, which is interesting. But I don't have any ways to break up like. Oh, and there's a new thing here, Void Stone. Adjacent empties give $1 more and destroys itself if adjacent is 0. If it's completely surrounded and it gets 8. Oh, interesting. So it kind of wants, it's kind of good either way. Either it gives money if there's empties, and if there's no empties, then it just destroys itself. Very cool, very cool. Oh, I don't know. And like the sun would be interesting, but it's not a flower thing. Let's re-roll, I think. Oh, wow. Okay. Mine adds... Oh, it's kind of like a... It's a... Oh, really cool. So it adds... Every time you spin, it adds an ore. It destroys itself after 4 times, and then it adds a mining pick, which actually breaks up the ore. So let's do it. Oh, really cool. Oh, that's super cool. I'm liking the new symbols a lot, actually. Yeah, I really like them. Hopefully I'm going to survive to see them do well. I'll take another sapphire because we've got quite a few sapphires. Ooh, it could be an ore thing, but I like item capsule. I always like getting an extra item. Okay, so this is even like, it's a bit like purple pepper, but it's, and I mean, this was also, yeah, it basically you get 3 money if you have at least 3 symbols that are the same and that they're not empty. So that's cool. I will just take more rabbit fluff though, because rabbit fluffs are amazing. Okay, how are we going? So we're fine. I'll take another hustling capsule. Just get a bit more income. I finally got my diamond after all that time. We're getting plenty of ore. Oh, there's a big ore, which gives 2, and then it breaks off to give 2. Oh, let's do it. Well, we're going to have a bit of a mining site, and we've got the cleaning rag, actually, which is quite good. So, yeah, perfect, really. Oh, that was a good payout. I got a good... Okay, so this is also one of the new items, the key, which unlocks chests, but destroys itself. I think I'd prefer to take it after I already have a chest, so I'll re-roll that. I'll re-roll. Ooh, take a pinata, yeah. Got to feed my toddlers. Oh, immediately the toddlers get fed. That was a good, yeah. So I think I've been getting some good things. Ooh, oh wow. I think I'm getting the mining pack. This feels like a good run, a very good run. So this archaeologist destroys sort of low value gems and ore, and it permanently gives 1 for each symbol destroyed. So I guess does it become like a 1 ball or something, or it increases that? But I mean, it's amazing for what I've got, because I've got a lot of ore. I'm probably when I mine the ore, I'm going to get some low value things. So yeah, sign me up. Well, okay, an anthropology degree. So it means all the people give 1 more, and I'm guessing the archaeologist. Yeah, sounds good. I mean, the coffee is also good. Okay, I'm trying to win. That's why I'm taking the coffee. I feel like the anthropology degree would be possibly better, but I see the void stone. Like I mined a void stone, which immediately destroyed itself because it was surrounded, and that's interesting because it showed it destroyed symbols and destroyed items. Oh, that's cool. So you sort of see that's nice. You get to see what you've kind of eaten along the way. I will skip this. I'll skip that as well. I'll skip it again. Do I have a... No, I don't have something. I think I should just skip. It's sort of interesting because I guess with... Oh yeah, thanks very much, Fred. Thanks for joining. I hope it was interesting. Ooh, yeah, give me that void stone. I think that's the good money. Because it's a bit like a wealthy capsule, I guess. Yeah. I don't think we want coconut halves. Yeah, I'll take another item capsule. See how that goes. I don't think I've seen the archaeologist do anything yet. Yeah, I'll take some more ore. Oh, okay, the archaeologist then, and I think this increased. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that must be how it works, basically, that you increase your pool balls. That's the kind of like the income that you're getting. How are we for sweets? We're a bit low on sweets, so I don't know if I want to add more toddlers. Let's spin the wheel. Yeah, I'll take more sapphires. I'm already at 4 sapphires, so yeah, like this will be great because it'll trigger both my peppers, which is just looking good. No, don't need those. Don't need those. I'll take a candy. Candy for the children. Oh, that's good stuff. So the archaeologist is great actually, because that was always the problem with taking ore before, was that there was a good chance that you were going to just make a lot of like really not great like 1 money things. But now that the archaeologist can sort of go around and clean everything up, it's great. So yeah, feeling good. We made it past the 400 mark. So, and we've got plenty in reserve. I will skip those. Oh, let's go. Archaeologist crazy. Gains 1 whenever a symbol is destroyed. So, sign me up. Oh, so the archaeologist. Oh, I see. So it can double trigger on the same thing, destroying the same thing. Great. Nope. Nope. Yeah, we'll put an amethyst in for the archaeologist to get eventually. I don't have any way to destroy these yet, so yeah, I feel like, oh, we can take some more crabs. I feel like we're probably a bit late on the crabs. I don't know if taking them. Jay, yeah, it's not looking good for you, Jay. Let's spin again. Spin again. Spin again. Spin again. I mean, you may as well spin. I don't know, actually. Oh, dang, this is new. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so I am just getting like this sort of perfect gem run, it seems, because they give the dame doubles adjacent gems and destroys martinis. I like that. I love the yeah. That's cool. That's a really cool symbol. I love the humor in this game, you know, with these sort of interesting little combinations of things. Okay, we don't need any of these. Yeah, we'll take some void stone. I just want to check that the archaeologists do. Yeah, they destroy amethysts, so we'll put some amethysts in for the archaeologists. Great. I think that was 18 in real rolls. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that would be kind of useful. It would be great if you had like recycling, you saw how many times you'd reroll. Where am I on the sevens? I don't really need sevens. Oh, I'll take more sapphires. Sapphires for days. Oh, the dame. Oh wow, dame doubled the diamond. Dame. Say that 3 times quickly. Now it's a good time for a golem. Oh, I love this build. It's fun. A lot of fun. the crabs perfectly diagonally mocking me. Yeah, I'll take a shiny pebble. Shiny pebbles, yeah, they're great. They increase my stats, and then they can get cleaned up by the archaeologists. This is looking quite encouraging. None of these are that great, so let's skip. Oh, emerald's great. I wonder if you could get like a recycling item, but for items that would let you re-roll the items. The machine wouldn't show you lest you became cautious. Oh, I see. Yeah, but I think like 3 money is really not that much to like keep re-rolling. I'll take it. Yeah, so I paid 6 money for an item. That wasn't too bad. A lucky cat, not amazing, but yeah, I'll take some quartz. I mean, who knew that taking that early cleaning rag was going to be such a good pick? I'll take the 7. I probably should start choosing the 7s because I guess with more rerolls, you're more likely to find more chemical 7s. Yeah, I feel like we've gone away from the children now, so I don't think we're not gonna feed them anymore. I'll take a capsule. I can just keep rolling until I get the wealthy capsule that will pay me back for my rerolls. No, don't like any of those. Oh. Do we go for the Midas bomb? It's very rare. You don't see it very often. It basically destroys itself and all adjacent symbols. Symbols destroyed give money equal to 7 times their value. So I think it's been decreased. Was it used to be 10 times their value? Do we? Oh, that's tough. Because we're only. I don't think we can take it yet. If we're like near the end, I might take it. Why not? Why not? Give the people the content that they want. Let's see what the Midas bomb is going to do. Might do so. It's probably going to blow up all my diamonds or something, and I'll be very annoyed with myself. But none of this is very good. Let's take some quartz. Well, maybe I'll never get the Midas bomb. So now we've got like the Midas bomb countdown essentially. Ooh, lovely. I'll take some copper because we're all about the gems. Oh wow, was that a Midas bomb that just went off? I think it was the Midas bomb just went off. I don't know what it destroyed though. Yeah, so it destroyed. Oh, great. So actually that was quite good because it destroyed the golem. So that worked out pretty well. So we've got lots of ore. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll take another chemical 7. Yeah, I think it is. I would say I'm pretty confident at this point that we are going to be fine. Oh wow! Just in case we didn't need more of them. We're probably not going to have any empties, so I'll take the Undertaker. You think recycle should increase its cost? Well, I think it would quickly become sort of. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, realistically, it does get more expensive as the game goes on, right? Because you kind of want fewer symbols. There are fewer symbols that you're interested in. So you kind of do usually have to re-roll. I guess I just have such a good build that basically like any gem is just very good. So, and you'll usually find a gem pretty, like there's lots of gems. Wow, I'm getting some, no, I'm definitely getting hooked up with a great gem run. Nope. Yeah, I'll take some topaz. I mean, that's also, I guess I shouldn't underestimate how good cleaning rag is, because it really makes all those two money gems just like quite good, actually. You know, because three money as a base return is usually good enough, I think, for you to win. So I'll take another golem. Does this destroy golems? Oh no, the golem just destroys itself after a certain number of rounds. Yeah. I don't think I want rabbit fluff. Yeah, I'll just pay myself back. I guess that's the other thing with recycling is that because you're always a good chance to find like a wealthy capsule that will just kind of pay you back. Oh, this is a good time for, yeah, buffing capsules near the end are great because, yeah, the chance that you're just going to get something good. Oh my gosh, wow. Look at the multipliers. Yeah, it feels like these new characters are basically making it a lot more, like, you know, these, because food used to have this kind of way to multiply a lot. The great gem run of 2021, yeah. No worries. Thanks very much, Robin. Thanks for sticking by. Have a nice evening. Oh, we got a yellow pepper. Only gives 2 if none of the symbols are empty. So, okay, we'll just take some more topaz. Oh, that might be a pretty reasonable. Yeah, we are all good. Oh, wow, and just oh, Mrs. Fruit. This is also new. Destroys adjacent coconuts. Oh, okay. So Mrs. Fruit is like the archaeologist, but for fruit. So it sort of cleans up all this fruit that you don't want. Yeah, because we were saying in that previous run, compost is not great because you were just putting all these useless fruit, but now you get a Mrs. Fruit, which would help you a lot. But I will take yet another mine. A mine. They call it a mine. I'll take a lockpick. So I can take some chests just in case I roll into them. Do I take more crabs? I feel like we're a bit over our crabs point. But I can take the safe now because I have a lockpick. Not that I managed to break it open that time, but yeah. Nope. Ooh, we will take the copper. Take some more ore. Yeah, it's. I think that's it. I mean, that's why the game kind of sort of like it flows really nicely when you get to this sort of stage when you have a good strategy and you sort of know what symbols you need and what you don't, so you can kind of make those decisions quite quickly. Oh, the Highlander. There can only be one sword, which gives you 6. I've definitely had. I feel like if you ever have achievements in this game, you know that you should have. You should have the achievement "Get the Highlander Destroyed," because I've had it so destroyed by Hex of Destruction so many times. But yeah, I will take it because 6 money off a single item is well worth your time. Oh my gosh, wow. There's a lot of new things in this patch, actually. Wow. Void Creature, uncommon, gives nothing. Adjacent, empties give 1 more. Destroyed. So how is this different to... Is this not the same as a Void Stone, though? Oh, okay. There are patch notes on Steam. If I'm interested, okay, I'll check them out. But Okay, Voidstone is a gem, Void Creature is an animal. Oh, okay, so it's a way to kind of join the strategies together. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, let's try the Void Creature. It will probably destroy itself quite quickly, I imagine, but yeah. Nope, don't need any of those. Oh, a lovely diamond. I don't mind if I do. So yes, the Void Creature very quickly said goodbye. We don't need any. Remember when this run started with toddlers? You know, I love also how it kind of changes over time. Okay, I'm re-rolling a lot. Let's take some more ore. Oh, more sapphires. How many sapphires have I got now? Some. Wow, this flower, this one little flower in the middle of this like subterranean thing. Wow, I've got a lot of ore. I have a lot of ore, and I have 2 mining picks. So if you have 2 mining picks, do they like? Is it 75% chance to break something open? Do they stack? Oh, I won. I wasn't even paying much attention. So we got there. 258 was the score. They roll independently. Okay, so you have two shots at. So you effectively do have 75% chance of doing anything. So yeah, that was the run. We started kind of like dice heavy, actually, interestingly enough, and toddler heavy, and then we just at some point, I guess the turning point was probably getting the cleaning rag, and then I think I got offered a lot of sapphires, and then well, you know, 3 archaeologists and a dame later. You didn't actually test whether they roll independently. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is definitely a high symbol run. I must say, as a player, I am a bit of a like a high symbol player. I'm a high symbol player, y'all. Nobody wanted to see a white man do that. Apologies. But yeah, because I do appreciate the players who are able to do these like beautiful like 25 symbol strategies where they have a very small number of symbols. But maybe we'll try one of those. So yeah, 258. I'm not sure who predicted that. Or who was first? Who thought? See, Jay, you should have. Yeah, exactly. Jay said you don't think you'll win this time, so you probably will. Was I playing for half an hour? Wow, feels like a longer run. Yeah, it's maybe chatting. I take a bit more time to say. Nicola, I think you were the winner. I think you were the first one to say I was going to win. So well done. Yes, a mine. I have a mine. Cool. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. Yeah, let's go again. Let's go again. It'd kind of be cool maybe if like the first 5 starting items could be randomized a bit. I like amongst the sort of the one money items might be fun. I mean, I guess like functionally, like the card symbols and the fruit are pretty identical. I guess maybe, but it would be kind of interesting if you had like slightly different strategies to kind of get into from the start. Could be interesting. Oh, okay. Now the monkey is quite a bit better because the monkey destroys bananas, coconuts, and coconut halves. It gives money equal to 7 times. So the monkey's much closer to like a toddler or something like that. Okay, great. Yeah, good to hear that, Dan. So yeah, let's give a monkey a try. The monkey's been buffed up a bit. Because yeah, monkeys weren't that great before. But okay, so we can go for an early monkey banana, little cash infusion. Do I take an early key? Probably not. I'll take a mouse. It's always good to be open to like the ninja mouse from the start if you get offered it as the first item. Ooh. This is quite good early on. I didn't. Okay, I'll take a nice early Voidstone. Early piggy bank is also great. Oh, this is okay. Interesting. I like the Voidstone. So actually, it's interesting. It also means I don't actually have to take a lot of symbols early because it's actually quite a good item, I think. Do we want more monkeys? I am not sure. I think I'll just take the money. We do have a mouse, so okay, and Okay, so actually bounty hunters have also got buffed quite a bit because now thieves are 4 times instead of 3 times, and they give 10 when they destroy them. Could take it, but I like the cheese. There's sort of an easy. The early mouse gets. Oh, Nicola's already betting me to win. Wow, wow. Okay. This is always what I don't know, like these kind of early times, and you're sort of like, I don't know whether I should take more symbols or not. Yeah, I think I might just leave that. It weren't that great. Okay. Oh, rabbit fluff. Good times for rabbit fluff. Well, these are both a bit much of a muchness. Don't really know what I'm going to get. So let's see. Oh, an early golden egg. It's quite nice. So I probably don't have to add too many symbols now because I got a good, like getting a good 3 early on. Ah, okay, the void stone's gone, but it's nice, a nice bit of injection. Oh, some more cheese for my mouse. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, these aren't great without a sort of a bigger strategy of knowing what I'm going for. Yeah, I'll take some more cheese for my very happy mouse. Okay, we are going to have to probably start investing in more. Oh, do you take the? Yeah, I'll take the ninja because if I get ninja and thing. Oh, okay. Monkeys give. I do have a monkey, so maybe I'll try and take some things to give to my monkey. Beer is also 2. I'll just take the buffing capsule. I mean, I know it's not great early on, but it just gives you a bit of income, which I like. I'll take the N. Ooh, maybe I'm actually going to have some problems here. I'll take the beer. Okay, I might have got saved there a little bit. I think I was being a bit casual. Am I going to... Oh, so close. Actually, that's a bit of a problem. A big difference. If I didn't have to break the piggy bank there. Yeah, I think I'm not confident. I will say I'm definitely not confident. Yeah, I don't really have a strategy yet, which is also a bit of a problem. Let's take the dwarven anvil in the hope that we're going to get some dwarves because we've got plenty of beer. So no, these are all garbage. Yeah, but it's bad to be skipping so many. Ooh, I think the monkey can break coconuts. Yeah. So I will take the coconut half. Okay, so I've got to. I think I'm pinning this on that. I think before the next rent payment, I need the monkey to. So I can take another monkey. I need the monkey to crack open. Oh wow! Okay, that was fantastic. That I got them both to crack open the thing. Okay, that turned it around basically. Oh, the witch is interesting. Yeah, I'll take the witch because I have a urn, and if I have a way to break open the urn. Oh, and we got a dwarf. Okay, it's turned around. Jay, you may rue the day that you said that I was going to die on the 400 because that was a good run of things. Do I have a topaz already? No, I have copper. Okay, I'll just take topaz. It's fine. Oh, this is a new shattered mirror. You gain 7 money every 3 spins. If you have 1 less symbol to choose from after a spin. It doesn't seem great. The cat is good though because I already have a witch. So and the black cat means cats already give 3 times more money. So yeah, definitely, Joe. So I've got to remember I don't usually look out for cats. I do skip over them, so I have to keep an eye out for some cats. I think also the dwarves have got better. Give 7 times. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, because the beers are giving 1 more. So yeah, I'll take an omelet. I'm still a bit. I feel not completely like comfortable yet, so that's why I'm sort of taking these, like maybe not quite on brand. I don't think I need another dwarf. I mean, I still probably have too many empties, which is a bit of a problem. I'll take another 7. I'm actually, yeah. So if I also get another chemical 7, then I'll be okay, because that will definitely push me over. Well, let's go in on the monkeys, I guess. I think I'll skip that. Yeah, we need some money from we need some food for my monkeys. Otherwise, this isn't going to go very well. I'll take another golden egg. That's good. Ooh, okay. So we definitely want. So actually, cats are quite good. Like the more cats we can get, I feel like this could be a nice cat run. We've got like I like the possibility of a cat run, but we are a little bit behind. I think that wasn't a good first couple of spins. Yeah, I feel like we're going to be in a bit of problems, but let's see how it goes. Oh, this was good. Okay, I need more like that. Oh, okay, come on, monkeys. Break open that coconut there. Excellent, excellent. That got me out of a bit of trouble. I'll take the die. And let's hope nope. I need some 5s on the die. Oh, okay, okay. Chemical 7, come on, get the chemical 7. Yeah. Saved. Okay. Oh, this has been a close one. It's been close. I think I will take the emerald. Do I have anything that adds symbols by chance? Not really. So I'll just take the horseshoe, which is just good income. I haven't seen any cats since I've wanted cats, unfortunately. I need to get rid of these banana peels, which are around. Yeah. Oh, there's a cat. Hey. Good times. Can we get out of this? Yeah, we'll probably be okay. We're making about 30 each time. So, or even, yeah, okay, so it's going, oh, wow. Yeah, wildcard's just great. Wildcard is just auto pick. It always gives the money equal to highest value amongst adjacent symbols. You don't see it so often, but yeah, Jay, I see the chat is like quite lagged, so I have to, yeah, I see them quite a bit later. Okay, we could get a good buffing capsule here. That's all right. It's not a bad buffing capsule. Wow, and I just got there basically. Okay, so it's going to be pretty close. I think it's going to come down to the wire. Let's get an item. These aren't. Oh, interesting. So compost top has also got better because basically you get seeds, and then seeds only grow into uncommon or better symbols, which basically means they're not bananas, cherries. Yeah, like they're always at least 2. I'll take clear sky because moons are good with. Oh no, they're not good with cats. Oh, I don't know. I'll take clear sky. I think it doesn't matter too much, that one somehow. Oh, I got a symbol bomb. That's good. Let's see what we get. I'll take another rabbit fluff. No, wait, I'll take those. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like it's not gonna go too well. We need to get some good combination. We need something to get to feed. Is the witch good with the moon? Maybe you're right. Hold on. Moon. No, the witch. I think they like the similar things. No, there's no. I don't think there's any overlap between the witch and the moon. None of these are great either, unfortunately. Yeah, I think it feels like it's stalling a little bit. I mean, if I keep getting buffing capsules and like good buffing capsules, that wasn't a very good one, unfortunately. I think I needed a couple of good ones like that. Yeah, I feel like we're sort of going to settle for mediocrity, unfortunately. Yeah, didn't get the combinations running, unfortunately, with this one. And maybe I skipped too much. I don't know. It felt like we had a bit of a monkey build going. Yeah, there you go. So I'm short by 18 on the 450. Jay, you were very close. You bet I would lose on the 400. So yeah, you were quite close. I think it would have been quite different had I got a bit more food for the monkeys. Yeah, what do I win? Yeah. So I don't know if anyone's keeping count of what my win-loss is at the moment. I think I'm like, I have 1 win and probably like 3 or 4 losses, I think. Yeah. So not too bad. Not too bad. Cool. Let's go again. Of course, the fun is that the games are shorter when you lose. I hate this choice at the start. I still don't really like these things that, you know, give you a marginally better than one. I mean, I guess you should take them, shouldn't you? Because they're marginally better than a cherry. So do I take? I mean, it's 1.33, so I'll take a turtle, I guess. Oh, I should have taken cultist. That was a mistake. You should always take an early cultist, I think, because there's a chance that. Okay, I'll take a toddler. That opens me up to something good. So yeah, an early shiny pebble is also fine. 25. Okay. Oh, an early void creature is good though, because that can give quite a bit. Oh, this is new. Lunchbox. You may destroy this item and choose 3 symbols to add. Oh, okay. The possible symbols. I just want to try this out actually, because I've never seen it. It's interesting. I should do it now. So it just gives me 3 choices over 3 things. Okay, so I'll take a beer. I'll take a beer, and I'll take a beer. So let's just hope I get a dwarf now. Yeah, 1 loss was so on the new patch. I'm 1 and 2. So, oh, I don't like any of that. Let's go again. No, this void creature's not doing so well. I'm sort of missing how does the void creature work again? Adjacent empties give 1 more, destroys itself if adjacent. Yeah, okay. I'll take a lockbox. Crab is okay, I guess. I mean, it's early enough that I could get some more crabs and it'd be reasonable. Feels a little bit late. A little bit late for the crabs. Yeah, I'll take another coconut half. We might get some. Ooh. Interesting. Is this a Shattered Mirror run? Oh, no worries, Dan. Yeah. Let's try a Shattered Mirror. It feels quite early, but I mean, it's not. Yeah, it feels like quite a cost, really. But I'm going to give it a go because I just want to see what it feels like. Yeah. I mean, maybe I should take it a little bit later because early on you just sort of don't. Okay, I got the dwarfs. That's good. That's quite good. He's already drinking up. Excellent. I mean, 7 is quite a lot, but that's only. It's only like 2.3, which is pretty good income, I guess. But that seems really harsh. Like it has a chance to make. But I didn't mean to skip. I was going to take the text. I don't know why. I always am like here, and then it's like, oh no, what did I do? All right, let's do some more dwarves. Yeah, it'll depend how quickly I can get. Oh my gosh! Wow. Let's try this hex. Well, yeah. Obviously, the pool ball is just automatically better than coin on a string. I really wonder if coin on a string should give like 2 money because, like, this is just strictly better than this. Because the pool ball can't get destroyed. So, yeah. Let's take the bounty hunter and let's see if we can get some thieves. Nope, but I will take a wealthy capsule. I will take the money. I'll skip. Are we Do we have a toddler? We do have a toddler, so I'll take 1 candy. Nope. You're betting 400 again, yeah. It is feeling like that. It is feeling like it's sort of not. I think I really kind of feel like it's more about the items almost that make you feel like whether a run's going to go well. Because when you get the items that don't really like enable a whole strategy, then it feels like you don't really have much of a direction. Or the ones that don't enable you to get like really good returns, like yeah, like these are just not very good, basically. And I still think seeds are not that great as an early thing, to be honest. I'll take the pepper because maybe it'll give me a bit of money early on. Oh, if none of the, yeah, so I have to fill up. Ew. But I guess the Shadow Mirror is helping. Yeah, I'll take a monkey because I have the coconut halves, so might eat some coconuts. And I have dwarves, so that's good for the wine. Oh, great. I said this didn't, but that's fine. It's giving 3, and most of the time it's, yeah, I don't think the hex is too bad actually. Well, if I keep getting stuff to feed my dwarves and monkeys with, then I'm going to be okay, I think. But it's not going to last forever. Well, I think the buffing capsule might give more. Oh, it's interesting. I wonder if I take the shrine and hope that I get a hex of destruction. I feel like that's something that could sort of save the run a little bit. Because if I'm getting a spirit every time I destroy something, then that would be good. So I feel like it needs to be a hex of, yeah, hex of destruction. Did it? Did I just lose the payment on the monkey? Is that what the hex hit? I couldn't tell. If it did, then that was real bad. Maybe it needs some like somehow to highlight, you know, what you're. I will take the key this time because I still have the lockbox, so I just have to hope that. Oh, that's great. That was really lucky to get those dwarves drinking the beer. So actually, I think this would be a good hex of destruction run. I just have to get a hex of destruction. So, come on, hex of destruction. We're only scraping through, so yeah, I think we need it soon. But this is fine actually. Beastmaster's great. Oh, this is one of my favorite things. Capsule Machine is like, Capsule Machine doubles off all the capsules. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nope. Not doing that. Oh wow! It blocked the. Oh no! Thankfully, it didn't get destroyed because it could have blocked the. Yeah, the hex is coming back to bite me, I think. It wasn't such a good. Oh, the Beastmaster can double the monkey. That's quite good. Bit of Chemical 7. Feeling a little bit light. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not liking the chances. Need to break open a big. Okay, we need the monkey to like eat the coconut and be doubled by the Beastmaster. I think that's the way I will get out of this. But no. So that is it. You were right. You were betting 400, Jay, and it was earlier. I was on the 350, unfortunately. Yeah. But again, it just feels like it's the items. Like if your first so many items aren't either quite good, like the Capsule Machine. I think this mirror probably you shouldn't be taking it early. I suspect it's good, you know, to start like kind of late in the game because it's just a bit of income and yeah. But I'll take an early call. Let's see. Well, I mean, it's either or. I'll take an earn. Yeah, monkey. They're trying monkey more often. I don't think the monkeys can eat banana peels, no. Oh, 3-sided dice is good. Ooh, good with a... Yeah, I'll take the coconut half. It's good. I'll just take the money from coin over string. Let's see how long it lasts. Yeah. I feel like good items early on really make the difference. Just because not only because they're powerful, but yeah, you sort of get a coherent strategy much more quickly, which I think is good. Looks like I'm doing monkeys again. And this is without the doubling monkey thing. Once again, I'm offered a crab at about the same time. But I guess you may as well, right? Because, yeah. Yeah, rain's fine. Maybe I should have taken... I had the option of the omelette thing, I think. Yeah, let's take the void creature. Oh, now I have the frying pan. Oh, okay, that's good. I have an early chicken actually is quite good with a frying pan, I think. I might actually skip because I think I want to make sure that we're sort of upping the chances to get the chicken to... Well, I mean, getting the lay eggs might not happen. I don't think I should take more. Okay, I'm being a bit... I'm skipping more than I probably would early on, I have to admit. Okay, I'll take the banana for my monkeys. Nope. Even though it's going to add a peel, which is a bit annoying. But I just need enough to get my coals online. Okay, if I keep getting offered... Ooh, I love a rusty gear. Okay, like rusty gear is definitely one of the more powerful items. Probably in the mid game it's a bit better, but now it's perfectly fine. We'll just still take... I think I probably still need to take money, but yeah, or definitely good. Like, it's also interesting. I feel like it's always an interesting choice, like where you always will take a 2 money item or not. Okay, interesting. An early archaeologist. Yeah, I'll take an early archaeologist. It definitely means there's a wider branch of things you can take. Because can archaeologist... He can destroy... Yeah, okay, so I'll take a big ore and hope that the archaeologist is going to destroy the big ore. Okay, well, that was a bit close. Let's take the capsule. Ooh, fruit. Do I have much fruit? No. Okay, I'll take the small symbol bomb. I think the fruit basket is probably better, but I feel like I'm a bit behind. Take the wine. I'll take the coconut for the monkeys. I'll take another wealthy capsule. Well, maybe we're going to come back a bit, though, because... yeah, I'll take a Beastmaster. I have enough animals. Okay, I feel like it's coming around a bit. That Beastmaster was quite good. And I always like the dice. Ooh, nice stuff from the archaeologists. Yeah, I'll take more monkeys. So what's its normal thing? Oh, so it just increases its own thing. Yeah, I'll just take a void stone. It's a bit more money. No, the void stone's a really interesting item because I like the way it sort of changes as the game goes on in terms of how useful it is. Ooh, this is really good. The mining pick with the archaeologists. Definitely good to get. Take the capsule. Yeah, this is good with my archaeologist destroying some stuff. Things are looking quite good. I will take some more actually. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I take a big ore. Yeah, once you have the pickaxe, you don't need the miner anymore, which is sort of funny. We just took your tool and put you out of a job. Do we have a mouse? No. I'll just take the money from the void creature. And because we have the black pepper, it's +1 basically for destroying things, which is nice. Well, when I start to see 50s, like that's like at this stage of the game, that's quite good. So I will actually skip in the hope that, and I've just got my like diamond online. Ooh, sun, but we're not really a sun run, are we? I'll take the sapphire. Oh, good times. Capture machine. So capture machine's always just a really fun run whenever you get capture machine. Yeah, it's always quite fun. I think I won't worry about it. I feel like it's a bit late for coal at this moment. Now we just need some capsules. We'll take an amethyst for the. And I love how the archaeologist immediately means that you're happy to take these like low value gems. It immediately just makes them quite a bit more interesting. I have 3 monkeys, so I think it's good to feed them. And it's going to double. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. It's going to be a nice big monkey here. 16. Good stuff, monkey. Let's take the void stone. Take the money. Nicola bets we win again. All right. I think it's a pretty reasonable bet. Although we're getting a few banana peels, which is not great, but yeah, it's feeling pretty strong at the moment, I would say. Maybe I should be taking the 2 money animals. I don't know, because I do have a Beastmaster, but it feels like leading more into the archaeologist is what I should be doing. I'm not sure. And we also have the rusty gear, which I shouldn't forget. These are good, but I don't really have anything that is going to work. Do I still have my coin? I still have my coin, so I'll take the triple coins. It's just going to give me an extra 2 every time I do something for it. So, ooh, gotta love a wild card. Well, the run is just getting. I mean, yeah, it is funny how like you're doing okay, and then just suddenly things get better and better. Oh, I love this. Give me the double items. Here we go. We need 3 symbols the same. Oh, a bartender. Do we have anything? Do we have a dwarf? No, we do not. I mean, it's pretty good though. Like it's still a 3 money symbol. So no, we don't need any of that. No, thank you, sir. Oh yeah, this is where you like to see a good buffing capsule. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's still because you're doubling it up. It's good. Doesn't destroy sapphires. I think I'm just going to skip it actually. Oh, nice. We have 1/7, so I think it's probably worth trying to get the full, getting 3 of the 7s in good time. We made it past 400. It feels like 400 is that, that thing we can't get past sometimes. I mean, I guess it's probably copper. I mean, what is my game at this moment? It's sort of weird. I'm a bit split between animals. Yeah, I don't really know. Because I still have plenty of like 1 money things, so it feels like taking some 2 money things makes sense. Yeah, I'll take some metals and hope that I'm going to get something that. Let's see what we get in this bomb. I only have 1 crab though. I don't think taking crabs is worth it at this point. Oh, I don't know whether I should take the wolf either, because it's only good with the Beastmaster, but not else. Oh, I guess I will. For the same reason I had before. Yeah, I'll take another bartender. So now I probably should take a dwarf if I see one, I guess. Yeah, we'll take a shiny pebble. Shiny pebbles can be cleaned up by the archaeologists, so quite happy to get those. Skip these. Okay, now I should check what drinks I have. I have 2 wines, so actually the 1 beer is, the 1 dwarf is reasonable, and it pays off immediately. Very nice, very nice. Give me these. And I do have, yeah, I get my last chemical 7. That's good. So it'll get me my payouts. So I think we're definitely going to get to at least the next rent payment. Yes, we've surpassed it. Yeah, let's get some more. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think I'm actually even going to skip because I still have quite a bit of synergy things. Like I need these to line up with the archaeologists. So I feel like adding more items now, it's like got to the point where unless you've got items that are going to work with, like I will add the pearl because the archaeologists can get rid of the pearl. Okie dokie. I think we're not really a farmer thing because we don't have any. Yeah, we just don't have anything. So I'll take a sapphire. Ooh, lucky dice. 3 will always roll 3. 5s will always roll 5. Oh, very nice. And what do I have? I do have some dice, so that's pretty good. Tax evasion, interesting. If a symbol would take money, it takes 1 less. That's kind of cool. And then we can add symbols. But I'll take the lucky dice. I've never played with lucky dice. I think that's the first time I've ever been offered it. So I'll take my easy money. So it means dice are really good. I passed on crabs before, so it looks like I'm going to continue passing on the crabs. I need these archaeologists to clean up some of these smaller things. Ooh, let's take that buffering capsule. Oh, this is going to be a good capsule, I think. Probably. Yeah, that was a pretty good capsule. 28 from that archaeologist. Good times, good times. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, I was telling that these archaeologists had to get around to like cleaning things up, and they've obviously heard me because they're getting to work, which is good to see. Oh, wow, the wild card is just great with oh, okay, just give me all the buffering capsules. I'll be fine. I mean, that one wasn't particularly amazing, but I will still take it. Yeah, let's do the wolf. Yeah, I feel like it's almost at the stage where I could pretty much take anything now. Like, you know, as long as it's a 2 money 1 or above, and I'll basically be fine. Yeah, it's entered that comfortable stage, I think, of the run, I would say. So yeah, it seems like the archaeologists are really great. That seems to be where things go. Yeah, actually, Moon is pretty good. I have like 2 wolves. Yeah, so I think that's fine. And I'll take lockpick. Oh, I love it that the archaeologist can break open an ore and then get immediately the thing from the ore. You know, so it sort of does a double. Yeah, like exactly here, did a double excavation. Fantastic. It's hard not to take the wealthy capsule. It's just like 20 money immediately. Seems good, I would say. I'll take the safe. I have the lockpick. Immediately get the 50. Yeah, or 30 rather. Don't need the hexes. Oh wow, these are look at these archaeologists go. Easy money, easy money. I can skip probably. It's so interesting that I'm not adding like the 2 money gems. I love how that, you know, like the addition of 1 symbol immediately gives you a different way to think about things. I mean, that's why I think this game is great in a way that it feels like you can just expand it, and you know, oh wow, double wildcard run. I don't think I've ever had double wildcard. That is pretty good. Let's get some more items. I also love getting the item capsule when I have the capsule machine. I don't know why. There's just some stupid thing that I just love getting. Oh, and I still have lots of monkeys, so coconut is still a good pick. I mean, I think this is why ultimately I like the big symbol strategies, because it just means that like you can take lots of things and it's just fun, and yeah, that's not really very insightful, is it? But it just I guess it opens up the kind of different strategies you can add symbols to, which is nice. No, none of these are that great, so I will skip that. Yeah, let's give double monkey money. Oh, yeah, exactly. Like I will take that pearl. I think I don't know how good it is. Oh wow, okay. I got grave robber out of that was quite good. Which immediately opened a tomb, which was, or a jar rather, or something. Pretty good. It's all just working out. So yeah, like I think yeah, exactly. Like I guess I will just take all these one value gems and things and see how that goes. Spinning away. Yeah, I really like the archaeologists. Almost at the end. I've already made it, so good prediction, Nicola. You've won your prize. Oh, can we do a massive buffing capsule at the end to have a fun way to send us off? No, we're just going to miss it, I think. And there you go. The landlord was eaten by bears. What do we end up? Yeah, again, like these sort of. Did I really have 63 symbols? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 14, 18, 22, 26, 30, 40, 43. No, this is wrong somehow. Is this count right? This is like 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 14, 18, 20, 26, 30, 35, 41, 46. Yeah, I don't know if this, Dan, if you're still watching, but I don't know if this symbol counter is working correctly. I don't know whether it's taking into account the destroyed symbols somehow. It doesn't seem to be counting right. That's not 63. Yeah. So that's that. That's overall the new patch seems a lot of fun actually. Yeah, I really like it feels like they've buffed some of the less interesting things. There's more ways to get. Oh hey Alex, how you go? Yeah, we're what am I? I guess I'm like on the new patch. I'm 2 and 2, I guess. So, but it seems like it's always been. Both wins have been with archaeologists, which is this new symbol that gives a lot of value to like the low value gems, which I really like. Shall I try one more, and then I might give it, and then that might do me. Yeah, maybe the destroyed items are counted somehow. We'll do one more for you, Alex. What would you like me to try to go for? Does anyone want me to nudge me in a particular direction? A particular strategy you'd like me to see? All right, this could be a cultist run. That's an early enough cultist. Let's see. Come on, cultists. Give me one more cultist early. Oh gosh. No, I don't. I think taking hexes that early is a bit dangerous. Oh goodness me! Wow. Okay. Maybe I'm going to die pretty quickly. I keep getting offered coal, which is a little bit interesting. I think I have to take the higher value things to try and get over the to make sure I don't actually lose on the first Wow. I just got there. Okay. Let's see what the tax evasion does. Yeah, one more go at the slot machine, famous last words. Yeah. It's interesting. It gives you. I had 0 then, and it gave me 1 to do the spin, which is sort of interesting. Yes, that's right. I do need to remember about the dwarves. That I do have some wine for the dwarves. I mean, I'm getting a lot of 2 value things, which is a good 2 money symbols at this stage is a good place to be. I mean, a coconut opens up a monkey, which is good. I do have a cheese, so the mouse is good. Oh wow, look at that. I've made the payments exactly the last 2. That's really good because I didn't have to break open my the piggy bank. So that's really quite fortunate. Yeah, and I will shoot up like this coal is almost done. So when that happens, watch out. I just need the mouse to eat some of this cheese and I'll be okay. Yeah, the piggy will be nice later. I'm gonna try and take the buffing capsule. I hope I get something. Oh, good. I mean, it would have been lovely if it buffs that, but can't have everything. We'll skip that. How are we going? Okay, I think unfortunately I'm gonna have to break open unless I get a very lucky no. But that's okay. It got me to the point where my coal is about to come good, basically. So I'm fine with that. We'll take the lucky cat. It's going to help me out a bit. Hey, we got our first diamond. Good. And we do have the grave robbing, so okay. That's good. If I can get a few more urns, I'll feel quite a bit more comfortable. And if the urn can break soon, then that will be good. I'll skip that. Hey. All right, this is feeling okay. This is feeling quite reasonable. If I can get a few more urns, then I think we'll definitely be in business. We're at 20. I'm only at 1 empty. I feel like taking more random 2s until I know what I'm really doing. It's maybe not what I should be doing. I have no way to open this. I'll take the void creature. Okay, well, looks like we're another capsule. I like the wolf right? Yeah, I like how the wolf looks too. Yeah, it's really nice. We will skip this. I would have liked a lockpick by now, but yeah, I've been offered so many saves. But an item capsule is good on this. So we got watering can and the red urn. Not amazing. That early cultist not looking so good, is it? How are we going? Yeah, we're fine. I'll just keep taking the capsules. I'll take the void creature. Yeah, once you hit 20 symbols, you have to consider the average how likely adjacent is. Yeah. Well, you always have a minimum of 25 symbols, so you're never guaranteed that something will come out. But yeah, you're absolutely right that you have to kind of consider that adjacency. Oh, that's interesting. If you have tax avoidance, if a symbol would take money, it takes 1 less. So it would take money, but then it wouldn't give you anything back. Is that right? Like, how does the thief... Dan, are you still there in the chat by any chance? Does the thief... It reduces what... Like, a thief basically doesn't... It won't cost you anything with tax avoidance. But will you get still money out because it's effectively stole nothing? Interesting. Well, let's try it. Let's just try it. Keep an eye on the thief. So, okay, is he going to take one away? He doesn't take one away, but he doesn't have any money next to him, so he's not really doing anything. So I shouldn't have done that. It's basically a null move, unfortunately. Ooh, a Joker. It's only but the buffing capsule is just good. I've got some really good. Oh, we could take a barrel of dwarves. Do you want a barrel of dwarves in my back pocket? I like the reroll. That wasn't fantastic, but we don't have any keeps. We do have that. We can have that one beer for the dwarf. One day he will find his beer. How are we going? We're doing about 34. Yeah, we're going to be okay. I can keep taking the beer. Yes, barrel of dwarfs, yeah. Never again. Do I have a mouse? I do have a mouse. I'll take a ninja because if you get the ninja mouse item. Oh, is that how? That's how Michael lost, right? He used a barrel of dwarfs or something like that. Yeah, I made a mistake in this game. I took this thief that's never going to do anything because of the tax avoid evasion. So that was a bit of an error. Maybe. It just became dwarves all over and no booze. Yeah, it's tricky. It's interesting. But yeah, if you don't, and especially if you don't have the item that doubles up dwarves, there is an item that gives dwarves give double money, which is obviously pretty reasonable. But I'll take a coal. Let's see if we can get some more. So there you go, the dwarf. I mean, it's sort of interesting with these adjacencies. Like even if you think they're kind of unlikely, because you're spinning so often, it generally works out. Okay, so this is really good. Robin Hood with the tax avoidance is great because it's going to cost me less. So I've got a little bit of a combo, so that's nice. I have no symbols. I have no rain either. I have one cat, so that's you didn't dig the Hobbit movies, though. Yeah. Do I have? I still don't have this monkey, which I want for the coconut, so I'll just skip that. No. Or maybe I should be looking at the Hex of Thievery, actually, because it would take less from me. Actually, I will just take another cultist, because if you get both of them coming up, it's a sort of it definitely, and it opens you up to taking more cultists. I think I'll skip on the key. I guess you could take a preemptive key, but it seems a little bit weak. So I guess this Hex of Thievery is actually better, because if it takes only 2, it's like 3 out of 10 times. So 7 times it's going to give 3, which is 21. The other 3 it'll take away only 2, which is 6, which is 15 over 10, which is still not that great, actually. So yeah, only 1.5 for a turn is not really enough for that hex, I would say. Where are we going? Oh gosh, we're about to lose. That's what's going to happen. It's like you get just so engrossed, and then you just realize, oh, like I'm basically yeah. I mean, I shouldn't have taken the last coal, and taking that thief was just pretty bad. I'm not sure if that was I wanted to test tax evasion plus thief, and it worked kind of how I had expected to, but yeah. Anyway, the Hex of Thievery would, but it's still like when you calculate it out, you would get it like 7 out of 10. You get 3, so it's 7 times 3 is 21. The other 3 times you lose only 2, so that's -6. So the overall return over 10 times that symbol comes up is 15. So it's only a 1.5, which is just not really, that's it. Unfortunately, and the other thing, the problem with those is because there's a tempo thing, you don't even always get the average, right? So Bananas take out thieves. Banana, yeah, banana skins, right? Yeah, maybe I should have picked one of those up. I mean, but it felt like a lot to like just try and take out a single. I mean, it was just a bad move because even when I destroyed the thief, it wasn't going to give me any money because it hadn't stolen anything. So yeah, don't do that in your own games. If you're playing, don't put a thief in if you have tax evasion. But it is really interesting with Robin Hood. It's a pity that I didn't get that on earlier because that would have been cool to do that. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's going to be about it for me. So what did I end up? I'm 2 and 3. I played 5 games, so I don't think that's actually too bad. And I pretty much always lose on 400. I think that's, I don't sure if anyone was keeping track, but it definitely felt like most of the losses were around the 400 point. I sort of avoid. I do sometimes have some losses which are like in the definitely the lower things when you just don't get anything. And yeah, but it's not too bad. And yeah, generally I think new symbols are great. So yeah, if anyone hasn't played, do check it out. Get it and follow Trampoline Tales. I should just go back to the main menu where it'll say, yeah, Trampoline Tales on Twitter or wherever, or different funds. They have a really cool Discord server too if you're interested in the game. Lots of people posting runs and different suggestions, and yeah. So I don't know what, like, if people were watching, was it okay? Like, yeah, it's I haven't. Maybe there are some more fun ways you could sort of stream it with the kind of maybe there are better ways to do the betting. I'd like to do some runs where you have some like restrictions, like you always have to, you can never choose like the middle option, for example, or something like that. I guess it's like playing that mirror game, but you know, you only have two options, or maybe you always have to take animals or something, or you always have to take fruit. Could be some fun sort of restrictions to see. Or like I try and like, you know, I always have to try and do cultists or something. I don't think there are seeds actually. If Dan is still here in the chat, he could probably say, but I think on the Discord they said the way that randomness works in the game, that you don't actually have seeds, or that you can't do it in that same way. I don't know if that's, Dan, feel free to chime in. I don't know if he's still watching. Yeah, I don't think it's possible. But maybe there's some way. Yeah, I don't know actually. One thing it could be interesting is if you start with some items, like that there are a set, you know, like how Slay the Spire sometimes just gives you a different starting point. I guess it also has a seed for the rest of the game, but giving you like a different. I always felt like a kind of a cool way would be to start with some items, especially items that are not like based on type of things, like Rusty Gear. Starting with Rusty Gear, I think is kind of interesting. Because it kind of works with lots of different things. That could be fun to you know, to have those items that are like not build, they don't force a particular build, but they might force you to play a different way. Yeah. Whew, okay, well, thanks everyone for sticking around, and hope it was enjoyable. And yeah, have a great weekend wherever you are, and hope you enjoy playing Luck Be a Landlord if you're playing the game yourself. Yeah, let me know on Twitter. I'm at WiseGoldfish. If you have some runs to share, that would be a bit of fun. But and as always, I'll be back on Monday at my normal time, 4 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. Central European time, chatting about game design. Yeah, great. Well, thank you all, and until we meet again, have a great weekend. We can probably raid Michael, I guess, because he must be streaming, right? At 8. Oh, okay, it's only 7:30. Yeah, you're right. I'd sort of expected. Okay, well maybe we won't worry about rating then. Everyone can. Oh, M Peebles is on. Okay, we can get M Peebles. Yeah, let's do that. I'll just find, because yeah, it's funny because it doesn't always come up quickly what we're doing. M Peebles doing some roll and writing. So yeah, let's head over. Cool. So thanks everyone. have a great weekend, and yeah, chat more next week. Bye.